Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's Saturday, and we got some crazy VV news. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. This is going to be so awesome, you guys. Like it is this New York Comic Con is going to be so great to cover. From my perspective as a content creator who's going down there to cover the event for you guys and get you guys all the info and stuff. This is just absolutely fantastic. There's the most recent, or the drop announcements that, VV has done are really great. I mean, they're fantastic. There's going to be more as well coming up. And, I put a poll question on my channel right here. On my X post right here. I'll talk about this addiction comic right here in just a second, because this is quite something too. But over on my profile, I put a poster up of the Marvel stuff right here. Not a poster, but a post, a poll question for you. What New York City Comic Con Marvel drop are you most excited for? This is for the Marvel stuff. You got X-Men 1, Kingpin, Professor X, Magneto. These are amazing. They're all awesome. And of course, I just showed you that addiction comic that is coming. I'm going to talk about that comic too, and what it's all about. It's I found out about the story and everything, and it's pretty damn cool. So we got all that stuff coming up for sure. Like, we'll go over the addiction comic right here, which is the first printed physical VV comic collab, and it's not Marvel, so it's quite amazing, right? Anyway, you got these drops coming up on the Comic-Con that we know about so far. Okay, so anything could happen. Today, you could hear more news. Tomorrow, I know on Monday, there's going to be a big Spaces held by VV, and we'll obviously, go to that for sure and be listening in on that one. But right here, you got like X-Men 60th anniversary poster coming on Thursday. That's going to be amazing. So we're going to wait for, obviously, the numbers and stuff like that right here. But Slider, thank you so much for the memberships for 18 months. Really, really great things going on in the whole space. VV putting out some big news. Thanks for the videos and live streams, NC. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you too for coming out. And for 18 months, that is absolutely incredible. So thanks so much for that, man. But anyway, here's the we got the X-Men poster coming out on Thursday the 12th. This is incredible. This is going to be fun. You can see right here, there's some little things right here, lunch break, and there's all sorts of practice. And you can see all this kind of stuff going on in here. We'll break it down, but we don't know how many posts, how many editions are going to be. Probably similar to the, the San Diego Comic-Con posters, or maybe the poster from last year, but a 60th anniversary. That's cool. That's on Thursday. Okay, at 8 a.m. in the morning or 11 a.m. New York time, right? So then we got the Kingpin, ultra rare. Look at Hinano being a member for 19 months. Thank you so much for showing that as well. Like I said, I'm going to have a nice little rewards in my Discord for people who are, longtime members who have the little gold thing behind your name. So stay tuned for that. If you're a constant longtime member, I will have an awards section in my Discord for that. So thank you so much, Nano. And we had a fun time talking last night. I hope you're feeling good. I know you were kind of feeling a little bit under the weather last night on your guys' live stream, but such a good job you guys did. D did a great job hosting, and it was a lot of fun to talk to all you guys for sure, right? So we got Kingpin right here on Friday the 13th. Who knows what else might come on Friday the 13th? We had people guessing. I'll bring that screen up too. We had some really good picks, from the community, from you guys about what we would get on this New York City Comic Con. Jason was one of them. So we'll see what happens with that, but that's going to be cool. He looks good. And you know what's really cool about this? Look at how he's done in an animated style. I mean, look at how he's done. He's done animated. Look at that. Not like realism and all that kind of stuff, but more from the animated series. You can see they got the brush strokes in there. That is very cool. That is different. And I'm actually really appreciating that look right there. And then, of course, we got X-Men 1 coming down the pipe. Oh, man. This is going to be a good one, you guys. This is going to be a good one. This is what a lot of people have been waiting for. I mean, look at that ultra rare over there. It looks absolutely amazing. Look at that over there. It's nuts. And of course, the classic cover. Look at the rare. Look at the secret rare right there with Cyclops on the front cover right there. Bob Sales, another 19-month member. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I love you right back. That is so nice of you to be that long, man, for sure. I really appreciate that. Always supported you from the start and supporting me from the start. And as well, supporting you guys in your channels as well. Thank you so much for that, man. That is awesome. But check this out. We got X-Men 1, like I said. So we'll do a full breakdown on this one with the numbers. And I wonder what they're going to do. I mean, I think with this particular comic, you're probably going to see the 10,000 limited run at 20 gems, because it's up there with those grails. The big grails, right? So it should be up at the top. But what if they do something like special just for this Comic-Con and they like lower the edition size or something crazy? Could you imagine? Like this comic would just be just monstrous in the app if they do that, right? So we'll give some price predictions. We'll look this one up too today on Go Collect and check it out as well, right? For sure. It's a good one for sure, obviously, right? And then, of course, keeping with the Marvel theme, you got the animated version of Professor X, in his yellow chair from basically the X-Men 97, I believe, animated series. You can see he's got that same kind of drawing style to him, this animated sort of feature. And he's, of course, animated with his, telepathy going on right there. That is pretty cool. This is coming on Sunday. So like I said, you got this guy on Saturday, right? And then this one on Sunday right here. And of course, this is a combo one with Magneto right here. And he's also got the look right there. And he's got that animation sort of going on with the magnetism and stuff. So, I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. A lot of fun, right? For sure. I mean, it is. These are great drops. And you notice how they're kind of like X-Men mutant focus, right? So if you look in VV, you can see like Storm is already in there. If we go over to the VV app right here and we actually look at Storm, okay, her prices actually have gone up in the last day or so here. And if you look at like just the common right here of Storm, she's sitting at 12. She used to always be around 8 or so, some even lower than that at certain points, but she's around 12 right now, which is cool. And then, of course, I got to do this again. I got to do Storm again. I got to search it again right here. You can see that where is she? The uncommon of her, like, so we're, for X-Men, right? She's 8 on the uncommon. So if you want to pick up an uncommon at around 8 gems, I mean, that's a pretty good price right there to get that in your collection for sure, right? And then, of course, we got the other ones right here. Sorry, I gotta search it up one more time. And then we got, so that's the uncommon. Then we got the rare right here, Queen of Wakanda. And you can see this is at 13. So this one's close to the common, which is kind of funny, right? And then, again, we got to do it again. Here we go. And then we got, that's the rare. And then, of course, the ultra rare, which is animated right here, sitting at 38. Okay. And then we'll just go this way, actually. Let's do it this way. There's the ultra rare at 38, right? Okay. Hold on one sec. Let's get that secret rare up and see what it's looking at. So these prices are like, going to be really interesting to see what they do. And of course, the secret rare is sitting at 225 and there's only 14 listed. So pretty amazing, right? Like you can see that she's actually going to be, picking up some steam there, right? But with the other X-Men, I mean, he's one of the villains, right? But, there's an X-Men right there. So if we get another one, this weekend, and I think people, I think we know what we want, right? People know who we want. Okay. I think we all know who we want. Let me just see if I can bring this up on screen right here. Okay. These are some of the picks from you guys. I think we all know, like right here, we're looking at Raven right here with the Wolverine collectible. That's what we want. I mean, we all want that as well, on top of what we're getting, of course. You can see my pick, the X-Men one. That's finally come true. We knew it was coming at some point, right? We knew it. But look, Matthew Lambie, Professor X right there. So actually, the cool thing with Matthew is because I said whoever was, gets the picks right, win a prize. Now, he was the first one I saw to actually post Professor X. So I actually already got him a comic book. Okay, so Matthew Lambie, just so you know, for winning that, let me just bring this up right here. 1 second. I'll show you what he actually won, which is pretty cool, right? Because it's all fair, like I said. So Matthew won this New Mutants comic for his pick. So if we get some of these other picks, I will award who the first people that have guessed, okay, because I have it timed for sure, right? So of course this is the first one from the live stream, so this is before anyone else, so any of these picks are number one. And then of course I have my X post with all the predictions there, so I will be watching to see if there's other ones right here that come out, and if somebody else wins, I will be contacting them and sending them some sort of prize. But Matthew won this New Mutants 23 right here. It's got a nice Professor X appearance in it. So that was pretty cool. That's fun. We'll keep it going. We'll see how things go, right? But I mean, the X-Men 1 comic, that's absolutely massive for sure, right? This is going to be a lot of fun for sure, right? So I don't know. I also did a question right here on my Twitter or X. And so you guys go and let me know what you think about this one. Vote right there for sure, and let me know how you guys are doing it. So which one do you think you're more excited for, obviously, right? So now we do have another thing to announce really quickly as we get more into New York City Comic Con. But my Drophead Series 3s, they're all sold out. Every single one of them are gone of Wave 1. So we had a little sale this morning for members for the remaining 13. And they got snatched up in 1 second. So thank you so much, everybody, for being so supportive of the project and to get all your extra spots in the rewards. But they're completely gone. They're all sold out now, the whole collection. There was 500 of them, and they've been, airdropped, sold out, sent, bought, traded. I mean, transferred. They're all gone. So we will have another series, another wave. And we still have Plastic Man. So if you do want to drop head 3, and Plastic Man is one of the special rewards right here. So if you do join the channel as a level 3 member, we still have Plastic Man to send out. He's the secret drop that happened on the reveal day. And there's still 45 of him left. So there was 100. Now there's 45. You can see he's all plasticed out in red. And I just wanted you guys to also know that, I put this up in my Discord, and this is important because this is actually kind of funny. This is important because if you look at this right here, the 3D files for these guys are, going to be sent out to anyone who holds them so they can have some fun in Spatial. Now, I know McFarlane just announced that, but I got to tell you, this was already announced first. I did it first, McFarlane. I know that they announced it, that they're giving out, and it's amazing what they're doing with the dragon and stuff like that. But your drop heads are the same way. So I've just got the GLB files in a spot where everybody can download them if you're an owner. I needed to have them all sold first and into the hands of collectors on my channel. So now they're all going to do that. So you can see, you'll be able to put them in Spatial and have a good fun time with them. And you will get those files. So you can even 3D print them if you want. I mean, that would be fun, right? So I was already ahead of the game. I'm going to take credit for that. Ahead of McFarlane. No, I'm just kidding. It's all fun, right? But these are just the fun things we're doing over here on the channel, right? So if you guys want to join up, there's still some Plastic Mans available for you, but the rest of them are sold out. But I want to also talk more about this. Now, this is where is it right here? Now, this is something. I'm going to get to the chat too for sure. D, how you doing? Thank you so much for the membership of 18 months. You guys are so supportive. I really appreciate that. Thanks for popping in last night to my first hosting. Appreciate your support. Yeah, same. Right back at you. That was fun. I saw you guys were live. Monos and Vibes and yourself and Hinano and Dino popped in there for a short term. I was in there as well. And, we had some fun. We were just chatting about all sorts of stuff, obviously. And you guys, I joined you a bit later, but you're hosting it, your first live stream hosted. So, I mean, I didn't notice the difference, right? It was just great. And then you guys opened some Crypt toys, which is pretty fun. So that's awesome for sure, right? So I always support you big time for sure, right? Let me just do this one thing right here in the background. So check it out. We got this addiction comic. Now, this is something brand new. I didn't include this in my video that I did, my video reaction, because they hadn't announced it when I did my video reaction to all the Marvel stuff that they've announced so far. But this is something special, you guys. This is something quite special. Now, I was in the Twitter space yesterday that was hosted by Heather, with Corey, right? Remember Heather, right? She's got her great, she did a great Twitter space yesterday, which was really fantastic. And you can go back and listen to it if you go to her X page. And I believe that Twitter space has actually been posted. Let me just actually make sure. Let me just look at that right here. She should pop up really quick right here. Sometimes it doesn't give me the proper search, but let's go to Corey. Let's see if I can get him right here. Come on, it's so dumb. Look, it doesn't give me the proper searches right here. But actually, let me just let's just do this. Let's go to let's actually just go. I just want to bring this up for you guys right here. Hold on. Let's go home. Let's go to VV. And the Twitter space probably is shared here on VV right here. If I just scroll down, you guys got to listen to it, and then we'll talk about this comic right here. Look, there's Mondo Freeman right there. I just followed him. He popped into the space as well. And let's just scroll down right here. There's Vincent right there. He was the one who was in the space, talking all about his comic and everything. It's pretty amazing, right? Let me just scroll down right here. So if you go to Heather's X page, the Twitter space will be shared there. If someone can share it, that would be great. I don't see it right now. But anyway, they talked all about this comic. So what this is, in a nutshell, is this is like a physical comic that you'll be able to get at the Comic-Con at the booth. But this is the digital version as well on VV. And this is not, apparently this won't be the last one. So this is like a series. Now, the character right there, from what I gathered when I listened to the Twitter space, the character, she's like fighting drugs and drug lords and that kind of thing. And, she's like really diligent about it. And she's a really cool character and everything. And then like the crime lords, capture her basically. And, they want to stop her because she's causing a lot of problems, obviously, for them, the drug lords. So they get this like crazy concoction where they want to make her look like a drug addict. So they inject her all full of all this drugs and stuff, like this crazy mixture, and she basically dies, but then she reawakens, and because of the chemicals mix, and then she's got like these abilities to like inject people with any drug. And it's this crazy story. It sounds super cool. I can't wait to read this. But here you go right here. What do you call a superhero who can alter her blood chemistry at will with a touch, subdue enemies, save strangers and loved ones, and fight the evils of addiction everywhere? You call her Nikki Tino. That's Dr. Nikki Tino to you. So that's part of this is what I heard from, when I was in the space yesterday and I heard about it. I need to learn more about it, but looks really cool. I can't wait to go for this. So she's the heroine of a new comic book making its debut at the New York Comic-Con, October 12th to 15th. Co-created by Vincent Zurzolo, president of Metropolis Collectibles and Comic Collect, and David Quinn, the comic book writer behind such titles as Faust, Marvel's Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, It's Dawn by Claudia, and Italian comic book artist Elsner, award nominee for Killer Queens from Dark Horse. So, I mean, these are like high-end, pretty awesome stuff, you guys, for sure. The Addiction is more than just a comic book. With Zurzolo's and Quinn's connections to the industry, the creators lined up an A-list of contributors and unique deal with Vivi, the multi-billion-dollar digital collectible comic book company. Vivi has chosen the Addiction as its first foray into offering an original Vivi variant print comic, along with a digital version. We're working with them to create a digital red cover and a digital blue cover limited to 1,000 physical copies of each. So this is going to be scarce, you guys. And check out, this is something that right here for you guys not to overlook. Look at the three-dimensional kind of animation that's going on with this comic. Now, with all of our comics, when I see this, it makes me know and feel that all of our comics potentially could be like this one day. Three-dimensional, like especially in the VV verse. And that is amazing if we can do that. And then but you see how they're animated like that and they're showing them like that. That is really cool. So purchase your exclusive VV variants at New York City Comic-Con booth 3537. You can see right here. And you can meet the creators and purchase comics and merch, including the Addiction. We're premiering 18 limited edition variants of #1. The New York City variants have features like embossing, foil, holofoil, virgin covers of the VV variants. And there's a little video right here that I've watched as well. But here are the covers. I mean, this is something brand new. This is something we've never seen before. This is exciting. This is amazing. this could lead to like so many huge things. But here's the common cover, the David Mack cover. Looks really cool. Look at that right there. This is the one, I like these ones the best, just from an aesthetic point of view. You know, the Addiction one, the Vivi red cover, that's really cool. You can see all the people in her background. Look, she's got a piece of pizza there. And I heard that New York pizza is good, so I'm going to have to make sure I get some New York pizza. And then right here, you can see there's this cover. This is the rare cover, the Art Germ cover. This one is really cool. Look at her hand right there. See the what's going on with her hand right there? How it's kind of like almost like she's giving off, like she's got some powers, right? Like that looks cool. This is a new character I'm interested in and checking out for sure. And then there's the blue cover, which is pretty fun. You can see the Comic-Con logo down there. That's awesome. And then the secret rare, Alitha Martinez right there. That looks really cool. Look how she's kind of like confidently just putting somebody down, saying go to sleep or something like that. That is super cool, right? So here it is right here. Nikki Tino has a second chance at life, a new uncanny ability. From her slightest touch, she can inject any type of drug into a person's body. Sounds like someone to bring to the VV after party. I'm just kidding. Don't do it, you guys. Don't do it. Taking the drug war to its source, Nikki will do whatever it takes to be the cure in a sick, sick world, fighting drug cartels, corrupt organizations, and wild rogues of gallery of villains. The Addiction has it all: action, humor, horror, suspense, romance, and comedy. The adventure begins. $6.99, right? 5 variants, only 6,850 of these on the drop. We got 373 on the on the secret rare. These numbers we've never seen before. This is interesting. 6,850. You can see the David Mack cover is 2,000. There's 1,500 of the red cover. The Art Germ cover is 1,168. 803 on the blue, and the Alitha Martinez, secret rare 373. So it's blind box, like we said. So this is something we've never seen. So let's see how it goes. I mean, I think people are going to buy this one up. I know I'm going to be buying it. I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to want one of these in my collection. 100%. I'm going to want like the red cover and I believe the blue cover. Those are the two I'm going to want the most, just myself, because of the VV logo and everything. I think it's pretty amazing. And then, of course, if you can get the physical and then put that like behind you if I can put the physical back here on the wall or get it graded, this is going to be really interesting to see what happens with this, because people will send these in for grading. And, it's really going to be fascinating to see how this does, like afterwards, right, with the physical copy. So I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's pretty awesome, right? Something absolutely brand new. So, I can't wait for it, right? So you guys let me know what you think about that one for sure, right? But these, this right here, you guys, has got me all freaked out. Let's get to the chat, you guys, and say hi to everybody, see how you're feeling and how you're doing today on this Saturday. And we'll look up X-Men 1 and we'll show you how much it's worth in the real world. It's Surfing YouTube. How you doing? Great to see you today. Delco Dude's in the house. How you doing, Delco Dude? Good to see you. Are you excited about these? Which ones are you guys most excited about for these Marvel drops? And what else do you think they're going to give us, right? So, Henry, how you doing? Oh, yeah, baby. Good to see you. Bob Sales, like I said, we saw you here. Thanks so much for coming on. TH is here. Hey, MC, send you a message on IG when you get a chance. I couldn't send via X. Oh, okay, for sure. I'll check that out. Sorry, I don't check my Instagram as much, but I'll definitely go check my Instagram for you and see what that's all about right here. Let me just do a quick check actually right now on that for you. I don't check the Instagram every day. Twitter is the best place to message me for sure, but hold on one second right here. Let me just double check. Let me just bring this up. I'm just looking at the messages right here in the background. Okay, so I'll check those out in a little bit right there for you. So thanks, man. I appreciate that. For sure. I'll answer you in a little bit. Slider, how you doing? Great to see you. Thanks again for the membership of all those months for sure. Swamp Rat. Let's get it. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say, you guys. The Comic-Con has got me so amped. It's got me jacked. I'm going to be working the whole time there. I'm going to be going there and covering the event for you guys and bringing you back as much content and videos as we can. So, Rewind, how you doing? Great to see you this morning for sure. There we go. Gus Hall, how you doing? Great to see you as well. There's Bob Sales. Bob Sales is the favorite positive person for sure. Pasternak, love my Batman comic you sent. Thanks so much. It gave it to my 11-year-old son. That is awesome. Right on. Cool. Get him into comics, you know, like opening it up, and it's so beautiful. Physical comics are the best as well, guys. We're doing all digital here, but the physical stuff is also to match them up. That's why this comic right here is so like fascinating to me, because you know, it's a physical and a digital, and it's not Marvel. It's a new like publisher. It's quite something, you guys, for sure, right? So Doctor Strange, how you doing? Great to see you. Hey, I want to point something out that Doctor Strange is doing. He didn't ask me to do this either, but let me just point this out for you. Let's get to Doctor Strange. There he is. He pops right up there on X right here. So check it out. Look at this. Okay, so time's ready. Look at this right here. I just saw this today, so I'm going to share this for you, Dr. Strange. He never asked me to share it. I'm just sharing it because we love you. Time's running out on the Doc to Con fundraiser raffle. 2 dope slabs are up for grabs. I like that. 2 dope slabs are up for grabs. That's great. Good luck for those who entered, and good luck on the VV fam on the next week's New York City Comic Con drops. Ends on October the 9th. Sorry, is this October? Yeah, on the 9th at 12 p.m. I believe that's October the 9th. Details on how to enter in my video description. So right here, you can see he's got a comic raffle, Doc to Con, because he's going to the con. Look at this. You got an amazing Spider-Man Scotty Young cover, 9.8. And then over here, you got a Hulk 9.8 cover right there. Is that also Scotty Young? I can't see it, but let's just bring this up right here. Is that also a Scott? No, what cover is that right there? Is that a Peach Momoko cover? Because that looks pretty cool, right? So those 2 are anyway up for grabs. So, you know, make sure you go to Doctor Strange's Twitter right here, his X, okay? And then, of course, you know, make sure you click on the video and you can find out all about it. And, of course, Doctor Strange will let you know. So I just wanted to show that. I just saw this morning, okay? So I didn't see it before this. So I've been, you know, obviously super busy checking stuff out. But there's a little something for you guys to check out right there over on Doctor Strange's channel, and maybe win something. That's pretty damn fun for sure, right? I got to keep VV's Twitter page up, by the way, because anything could happen at any time right there. Look at Falcon. By the way, can I show this really quickly? Look at this, Mr. Falcon right there. Look at that contest winner right there. That's pretty awesome. You have to appreciate that. I mean, that is fun. Look at that. You know, for the Disney Collectibles competition. Like, look at that. So these are fun, you guys. I mean, the VV's having a ton of fun with the community for sure, right? And of course, I don't know if you guys saw the video right there that I was involved with the 101 awards. David, you dropped some big alpha in there. You guys got to check that video out right there for sure, right? So you can see 101 Pop. And all you guys picked on the great, you know, covers that we have, the exclusives. So that's pretty cool too, right? So that's just right there for sure. So I just wanted to bring that up. I'll just put that back there, but I'm going to put this back up right there because that's pretty cool. So Gus, how you doing? There you go. Like he said, beat you to it. Slider, X-Men 1 big time book. Would love to see 7,500 mints. Yeah. So X-Men 1, like I think they're going to do 10,020 gems, you know, to keep it with the other like mega grails that we got on the app. And they are mega grails, like in real life, like in IRL. And they're doing really well in the VV app as well. Actually, did you know that giant size X-Men has dropped down in price a bit? So that's actually kind of an interesting one. I'm going to bring them all up on my screen here very shortly, and we can look at them all and just do it by price over my little app that I got. But these comics are the biggest comics we got. And, you know, they're dropping in price a little bit, which is a good thing for collectors. And we're talking not the secret rares. We're talking on the common cover. So there's great chances to pick some of these up. But if it is 7,500 mints, that is going to be absolutely nuts for sure, right? So start the trend. Make the X-Men comics scarce. How scarce do we want it? I really do want a like a super scarce comic again, like Spider-Man 252. I want one of those again. I want another one that just kicks the crap out of us and it's almost impossible to get and it's super fun. Like, I really want that, you know? I don't own Spider-Man 252 in the VV app yet. And I own it in real life. Like it's right there over my shoulder in real life. But I want another crazy scarce comic for sure. Rewind wants 5,000 mints. What would the price be if this comic was 5,000 mints? Where is it right here? If that was 5,000 mints, what would that be in the market? That would be kind of something, I'm telling you right there. Handsomite, how you doing? You'll be at Comic-Con on Thursday. Nice. That's the day that I arrive actually in New York. So I'll be there as well. Not first thing in the morning because I'm literally coming in by the airplane then. So I'll be there in the afternoon or early afternoon at least. So hopefully we'll see you there. That should be pretty fun. Hinano, don't say it. I knew you were going to say it. Don't say it. Don't do it, Hinano. No! This is the X-Men show. Oh, I knew you were going to do that today because we were talking about it last night. That's funny. That is too funny. You got to love it, right? It looks fantastic. Passionak was hoping you'd have a return address on the comic you sent. I want to send a gift back. DM it if you're comfortable sending your address. If not, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't usually put the return address because, when you win something on the channel, and I really appreciate you, man. That is so nice of you to say. And maybe I'll send you I'll DM you or whatever about it. But when you win something here, you're the one who wins, And I love the giveaways that happen when they go out to people. It actually makes me super happy. So it's not necessary to send something back. I really appreciate the gesture. Just being here and hanging out in the community and being a part of it is that's all the gift that I would love is just be you guys being here and stuff. That's all we need. So, but yeah, I really do appreciate the sentiment on that. And so, but when you win something, it's for you to win. So it's totally fine, man. But I appreciate you big time. Bob Sales, mints will be small when all the people return. Waiting in the background. Mints will be small when all the people return that what in the background? That's something in the background. Sorry, I don't know what you mean about what in the background. Yeah. Gus, I'm looking forward to the New York City Comic-Con secret drops. Now here's the thing about that, Gus, is that I don't know if there's going to be secret drops. I believe I heard Alex say it's probably all going to be announced ahead of time. And I think actually, if you look at what Vivi's doing here, I mean, I don't know. Okay. So like maybe there will be, that would be fun. I actually like the secret drops. I think it's fun. Although, that would be just for people at the con because like the comics they did. So if we actually go down to Vivi's post right here, let me just scroll down right here. So this is what you got to look out for. This is probably where some more stuff's going to be announced. This is on Monday coming up on the 9th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So right in the middle of the day, my time, at 3 p.m. Eastern. And right here, it's shaping up to be epic. So they're going to do a space. And so it's like a kickoff party. So I'll be in there for sure, watching and listening or whatever. And maybe even coming up and chatting a bit if I can. And let's do a deep dive on all the Marvel drops, the Addiction physical comic drop, and more surprises. Yeah, we said it. More! So there's going to be more. So, I don't think it's going to be secret, but we're going to find out pretty quick. But yeah, if they are like secret, yeah, I know what you mean. Secret means that people don't know about it. That's all. But yeah. Bob says, I must admit, Professor X not on my list. Do you not like the Professor X one? Do you not like that? He's right. Where is he? Right here. Is this where he is? There he is. I think he looks great. Gus, are you streaming at New York City Comic-Con drops? Or are you asking if Bob Sales is doing it? Yeah. I will be streaming from New York City as well, guys. So there we go, D. Good morning. Yeah, the drop heads, you guys. I can't believe it. You guys, they're all sold out, you guys. So thank you so much. These give you everybody all those extra spots in the rewards program. So lots of fun. And, all 3D, like I said, if you go to my Discord right here, the 3D files are coming. I will have a link for you guys to download them. I just wanted to make sure that they were all gone from OpenSea first. That way, everybody, now they're all in the hands of collectors. So now I know exactly who owns them. So they'll get the files for sure. So It's all part of it. But like I said, Plastic Man is still coming up. So that should be pretty fun right there for sure, right? Oh, thanks, Inanu. I really appreciate that. The biggest bro, how you doing? What's up, MC? What's up, Drophead fam? Great to see you, man. When's your next video coming out? I want to see you again live for sure, right? There's D right there. We're having a great day, guys. This is going to be fun for sure. And like I said, over on X, let me know which of these, collectibles you want from Marvel the most. And, we still, like I said, it's not over, guys. Where's that? That went out to Matthew Labby. It's not over. We still have stuff that could come. And Vivi did say at least one or more of these is correct. And we know X-Men 1 and Professor X are there. What else could we get? So Christopher, how you doing? Thanks for coming out to the chat today. I love it. Good to see you. Bob Sales, yeah, we'll be starting up again next week. I bought a new camera. Was going to go live today, but see Mycollectables on YouTube. Well, you should just go live after. We'll just jump on over there. I'm going till about maybe just less than an hour is all I got left in this live stream today. So, if you go live, we'll all go watch it too for sure, right? So there we go, Gus. Oh, good time. See, Nano, Heather did a phenomenal space. I really enjoyed the insight shared in that space. Yeah, me too. Like, if I actually look at, I'm going to look at something in the background right here. So hold on one sec. I want to try to bring that up on screen. I just have to find it right here. So where is it? It's got to be shared at some point. I got to find it in the background right here. And it's not like I follow Heather, right? So it's not like it's just, it doesn't show up right away. Sometimes when, when you get a search on on X, it doesn't quite show up right away when you're trying to find somebody. So, when I type in Heather, it brings up a bunch of Heathers I don't know, even though I was just on her X page just the other day. So it's kind of weird. So it's not showing up, but oh, well, what are you going to do? Right. But you guys can find it. It's there for sure. Right. Yeah. Bob Sales, you're actually amazed McFarlane Toy Company did that. Yeah. So McFarlane, yeah, like they're releasing those 3D files, which is actually, yeah. I mean, if you think about what they're doing with my drop heads, it's easy. It's just my own IP. And then once you own one, you own it. So I wanted to make sure that people could get my drop heads in 3D, like they could use them in spatial. And you can't just take the, the NFT off OpenSea and drop it in there. It doesn't quite work that way. You have to actually upload a file, like in spatial, for example, a GLB file, right? Which is kind of like the 3D file. So that was always the plan, was to make sure that people could do it. Once I posted that they were in spaces and I tested it out, not spaces, but spatial. But to see that McFarlane's doing that with one of theirs, that is really interesting as well. Now, you notice they didn't do it with the Batmobile. So, maybe it has to be one of McFarlane's own like creations because it's him. So they might not be able to do it with like a licensed IP, and get like the, Batman or Superman like that, because, then people could like mass produce and print them and 3D print them and sell the statues. It's actually pretty amazing though. So, for sure, right? Christopher, X and Twitter in the same sentence. Get it together, MC. I know, I'm trying. I'll go X all the time. The reason I even mention Twitter is for like your guys' sake, because a lot of people still don't say X. They still say tweets and things. So I'm kind of like, I'm helping the community transition over. I've fully committed to calling it X now and X posts, but I'm just want to make sure people know where to go. D, yes, it was so good to hear Heather up there. She did an amazing job hosting that space with her co-host Vivi Magic. Yeah, Vivi Magic was there co-hosting. Oh yeah, there we go. Actually, that's one way to find it right there. Because I can find Vivi Magic pretty easily. I'm searching on the side right here. Oh, give me a break, would you? Come on! You guys can't see it, but I'm searching over on the side. I'm just searching on the side right here. There we go. Okay, like it's so dumb. It's like giving me such a hard time putting this up right here, right? Trying to find everybody. Here it is right here. Okay, so like I'll show it to you guys in just a second right here. Okay. Hold on one second. Stay tuned, you guys. I want to bring this up, but like, you know, it's giving me like an annoyance right here. Okay, so there's magic. Okay, we scroll down right here. Okay, there, right here. Okay, and so there's Heather's post right there. There we go. So there it is right there. Okay, that's the one that happened right there. Digital fashion and Vivi with Heather. So this one was great. About 2 hours. It was a great space. You can go to Heather's right there. It's Heather of Vivi. That's how you find her right there. I typed in Heather. When I type in Heather, I get all sorts of other people that I don't know, like named Heather. So it's also Vivi Magic retweeted it right there. So that's fantastic. So that's where you can find it. You guys should go listen to that because in there, like I said, this comic gets explained, you know, and Zerzolo, he was like right in there talking all about it. And there's a lot of great info right there for you guys, right? So make sure you check that one out for sure. You know, yeah, it's a great comic. Yeah, I love it. It's a great idea for sure. Double Quill, how you doing? Great to see you today for sure. Thanks for coming out. D, can't wait to see other community members have their comic books art on the big platform. Arcade, Ronnie, Double Quill, Shawnee Poo, to name a few. I know there's so much more talent in community. Yeah, I know. We'll see what happens with that and how far they go. Pretty damn cool for sure, especially with those fiches that went out and how they're doing like other stuff. I mean, Vivi's got a lot of really cool stuff ahead of us for sure. I'm going to bring somebody in here to chat with you guys today too. It's Professor X himself.
That's me. I know what you're thinking. I know what's happening.
I saw that you put that as your name. How you doing, Vibes?
I'm doing all right. I almost put Walmart Professor X, like the scuffed version or like the bootleg Professor X. Like, I want Professor X. It's like, no, we have Professor X at home. And it's like a picture of me, you know, it's like the scuffed version. But
yeah, we do have a collection of Professor X potential cosplayers in the community that are on YouTube. It is true, actually.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's me, Osmond Collects. There's a few other people. Dino, you know, there's actually quite a few of us that could probably all just probably a huge group of us that could just cosplay as Professor X. Pretty easy. Just wear a suit, get a bumper card, then you're halfway there.
You gotta like shave the facial hair though. And get really
I do. Yeah.
And then you gotta see the eyebrows. Look at the eyebrows up there. Can you do that?
With a Sharpie, maybe. Yeah.
With a Sharpie. You could do it. You could do there's multiple days. You're at the New York City Comic Con like all 4 days, right? Like you got tickets for all 4 days?
Yeah, I got all 4 days. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend there on Sunday. We'll just have to see. You know, like you said earlier, I mean, Vivi can technically announce anything. I really feel like they're probably going to announce like 2 more things between now and New York Comic Con for more drops or whatever else is going on or events or, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, I was gonna hop on earlier, but I was just absolutely starving, and I was like, I have to eat first before I.
You gotta eat something. No, this is what I was gonna ask you because this space is coming up on Monday. You know, it says right here, and more surprises, and we said it more. So there's stuff coming. So they're gonna announce more stuff on Monday. Probably not this weekend, I would guess. They'll probably wait for this just to launch a few more things. But I mean, who knows what they could be like? Vibes like, look, we got. I'm sorry, let me just move that. That was actually a prize sent out, obviously. But look, there's some of the picks that happened. And X-Men right there, that was one of my picks. But I've been picking that for a bit. But Matthew got Professor X down here. But we got lots of other great stuff. And also on my Twitter page as well. My X post I did when I've asked everybody to like put their selections of who they think, right? So what do you think, man? Like this is going to happen right here. Like I said, let me just bring it up. What do you think they're going to announce? Do you think it's going to be like Wolverine or like, what do you think, man?
I don't know. It's pretty big. We're already getting X-Men. I don't know if they're going to do, I mean, they could. I don't know if they're going to do more X-Men. I think getting the 2 leaders plus the comic is like asking for Wolverine on top of that. I feel like is almost like greedy, but like I'm perfectly satisfied with what we got. They did say it's like, all right, we're going to give, you know, there could be some stuff with like the NFL, right? Even though it's kind of disjointly connected, it's like more like the New York Giants and like Marvel are going to do something together. Yeah. But Vivi's kind of off to the side. Like, is something going to happen there? Not entirely sure. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm going to be at work during this, so I can't listen in live to the
during the actual event itself, the actual event itself. Yeah.
Like during the actual spaces. But I got some friends and other people that can kind of keep me tapped in while I'm at work.
Yeah, totally.
Or at least listening to that. So
you just call
I have no idea,
man. Just call in sick, dude.
I've already used up like a lot of PTO for other stuff, and then in addition to, I think I did a little bit for. No, I didn't do it for Vegas this last weekend, but I don't know. It's going to be exciting. I don't know if they're going to announce more Marvel stuff. I mean, we're already getting quite a bit of Marvel already. You know, we're getting 3 collectibles and a comic and a poster. So it's like, all right, we're getting 5 Marvel drops. I think that might be enough for Marvel, but you never know. I did remember Alex saying we weren't going to get any more like secret or surprise drops, but I don't think they were going to announce it on stage. So there still might be surprise drops, but it's not going to be announced like at the stage and all that stuff. Because I think what they said when that happened, you know, the second time it was like cat's out of the bag. Everyone's ready for, okay, Marvel, you know, Marvel's on, or not Marvel, but like, okay, Vivi's on stage or Marvel's on stage. Something's going to happen. Everyone kind of gets ready. So they might do something similar again, but just like not announce it, or it's just like randomly, you know, 3 p.m. on one of the random days, there's just a drop. You're just going to see it in the store 5 minutes beforehand if you're lucky, and then you can play the drop. You know, who knows? So
yeah, totally. Well, here's some of the guest lists right there. Ewan McGregor, Chris Evans top the charts, and then there's supposed to be right here. This is interesting because the actor who plays Loki, he's also supposed to be there, but this was just posted recently, so maybe he's not going to be there anymore because, you know, he was actually supposed to be there and as one of the main. So when I did my little predictions right here, where is it right here? You know, up here, like an animated Avenger or Loki, because, you know, Tom Hiddleston was supposed to actually be there. So I don't know if he's actually going to be there for sure anymore, but Chris Evans and Ewan McGregor are like the guests of honor of the whole bloody thing. And there's all sorts of like actors and comics people and all sorts of stuff like that. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen, but this, you know, you can always try to get hints and stuff like that from like who's going to be there and everything like that. What do you think, by the way, of the independent comic? Hinano says he loves these independent comics as well. Like this comic right here. Have you had a chance to like look at it? And did you listen to the Twitter space yesterday that Heather hosted with VV Magic and the actual, like the owners of this comic and the company, they came on, they gave a whole big thing about it. It's actually pretty amazing, man.
I'll have to listen to it. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I actually worked kind of late last night. So I worked a bit of overtime. And then afterward, shortly after I ate, did all my stuff, I came back. And then, of course, the Uncommon podcast was live. So I was like, all right, I'll jump on there. So I haven't really had time to listen to it. Plus, I was binge watching The Expanse last night, a few more episodes, then passed out. Then, you know. Yeah. But no, I like the look of the comic. I mean, it's a VV exclusive thing, right? It's like the first like VV physical printed comic. And, you know, I did see David do a repost about he's hand signed, he was autographing like 10 comics, or not 10, sorry, 100 comics. As
David
well. So
Hughes gonna as well?
Not David Hughes' signature, but whoever wrote the comic or whoever did the comic. There's going to be autographed. Like, I think 100 of them.
Yeah, I believe Zolo. Like, I believe he's going to be the one who at the booth. So actually, it's really good right here because Christopher says he's hitting up booth 3537 pronto when he gets there. That's the booth that actually is that they're actually going to be doing these comics at, right? So that's where you want to go if you're there for sure. Try to get your physical. Yeah, that's a good call. I would say at Comic-Con, I'm probably going to do more of the physical stuff because it's like, you know, that's a one-time thing, right? Like you're at the con, I'm going to try and get as much physical stuff as I can, like, and kind of prioritize that. Like, of course, the drops are going to happen on VV and I'll do that and all that stuff. But I'm definitely prioritizing like the physical stuff. So if there's an announcement or VV or Marvel says, oh, there's a physical thing for a limited time or a limited supply, like, all right, I'm going to be there and try and get it. Because once that's gone, it's gone. You know, stuff on VV, you can always buy later. You can always, come up with the money, you know, a few months from now, whatever it is. But when you're at the con, there's only one opportunity, right? That is true. Yeah. And like Christopher says right here, he's going to get it graded at the con because usually CGC is there and you can bring your stuff up. And, people actually go, they get their stuff signed and then they take it over and then they like walk away with a slab. I don't know exactly how the process works at the New York City Comic-Con, but let me show you something here that's a little bit scary. Okay, so if we go to New York City Comic-Con themselves, right? Okay, like this is what's waiting for you and me to pick up our tickets. Oh my gosh! This is the will call lineup if you have tickets from afar, if you don't pick them up before the event day starts. So guys, if you're going and you're picking up tickets from will call, this is what's waiting for you. Like, you know, like you can see the lineup right there. So once you get them, you have them all weekend. So it's just kind of part of the process. It's kind of fun to stand in line, and you can see they have like a little performance right here. You can see that probably that. Look, there's like a little Batman dude there. I don't know what this is from, obviously last year or something, but this is going to be kind of interesting. So make sure if you are going, make sure you get there super early, everybody, because I've been doing a little bit of research about this, and then there's the hours right there. So you can actually go ahead of time if you're in New York, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can see these times. They recommend going from 5 to 8 on Tuesday, Wednesday. You have all day Wednesday to go pick up your tickets. So don't wait till Thursday morning, you guys. If you are picking up your tickets, we'll call if you can. I mean, I'm not flying in till I know you're getting there Thursday as well. So
yeah, I think I'm landing at like 6:30 in the morning. So odds are I don't know if I'm going to drop off my stuff first and then go over there so I can kind of stand in line and tolerate it a bit better. But yeah, that Thursday morning is going to be rough getting the tickets. But after that, I'm good all weekend.
It's going to be fun. We'll be probably standing together, right? Because I think we might be getting in the same airport, maybe even.
Yeah, same airport.
We'll try to coordinate. You know.
Yeah, and then we'll show everyone our cool VV collectibles and all that stuff while we're in line. And have you seen this before? And this,
yeah. Hey, check this out. Hey, I'll bring my iPad to blow them up a bit bigger. Tony, what are you doing? Thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for all you do, bro. You're the real MVP. Dude, I would say the same thing right back to you. I really appreciate that, man, and all you do. And hopefully I get a chance to see you there. Tony, are you going to be there? Who's going to be there, guys, at the event other than people? Because I don't know everybody that's going to be there for sure, right? I don't know. I've been so busy trying to get stuff out. Look at this 5 days right there coming up. And this is what we have to look forward to, vibes.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, this is just people. This is the VV fam. This is just, this is in front of David Yu's booth. Just David Yu is going to have his own table just by himself. Imagine David Yu just set up a table and just had a sign that said David Yu. And no branding, no Marvel, no VV, nothing. I wonder how many we'd all be lined up there. It would look like this.
Yeah, that's the line just to go to the VV booth and get a picture, with the AR picture with your favorite what's it called? Marvel Mighty or whatever it is. So that's the line going to the VV booth.
Yeah. Look at Matthew Lambie. So Matthew won that comic. Hey, here we go. We had some competition going on with this kind of stuff right here, right? And how about that Magneto and Professor X prediction? Doesn't sound like Cap anymore. he's taking the W. I love it. G Money, how you doing? Good to see you today. That's so funny. Yeah, that's so cool. You can get stuff graded. That's an interesting thing too, because if you do have comics or things you want to get graded, you could bring them, I believe, to the Comic-Con. And actually, I'm going to look into that a bit more. Just look up CGC, what their presence is and where their booth is, because you could bring some stuff there. And say on Thursday, once you're in, bring it over to the CGC grading booth, kind of drop it off, do that whole thing. You probably have to leave it with them for a while and then pick it up later. I don't think it's instantaneous. But yeah, you could leave with some graded stuff. I mean, especially if you get some Comic-Con exclusive stuff. So yeah, this comic right here, how many people, where is it right here? Sorry. Right here. I wonder how many people are going to get this graded instantly.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea by Christopher there, and getting it great. I'm sure it's going to be a bit more of a premium, right, than you would if you mailed it in, because they're doing it right there. You'd have to wait months and months and months for your comic to come back and all that other stuff. But no, it's exciting. I'll have to look into it too, because if I did buy one and if the grading is at a okay price, I might consider doing that and getting it graded. Maybe having one raw copy and one graded, or kind of however that navigates. But that's actually a really good idea. I'm sure the lines are massive, and I'm sure it's one of those things where you can get one or two graded, or maybe the more you get graded, there's a discount. Who knows? But I really like that idea. I'll have to get my X-Men 1 comic. I'll be like, can I get this graded? And they're like, what? And I just show them my phone with the X-Men 1 comic EV cover. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I can just grade this. We can't. That
would be awesome, though. Yeah. Something like that's going to happen one day, right? Some sort of digital grading system. I mean, I know there are people who are kind of exploring those kind of things, but nothing really super official yet. But But yeah, I mean, like any of these comics right here, like this, like the one thing to think about for grading it too is like it will protect it on the your flight home. Like, how do you bring a comic book home in your bag? Like, you have to carry, you know what I mean? It'll get crushed or something, right? You can't put it in your suitcase. So you have to have a hard like shell kind of like thing. Like if you go buy like a really like high level comic at the con, like there's going to be comic booths everywhere selling the grails. Like X-Men 1, you'll be able to buy, or there's the Kingpin. I want to ask you about all those drops, right? If you don't mind. But there, I mean, this comic, you'll probably see a couple of copies of this one at the con that you could buy off like some dealer, right? Somewhere. So like, how do you get it home if it's not graded, right? Like, get it crushed.
Yeah.
I mean, like you stick it in your backpack. Like, I don't think so, right? So actually for this comic right here, that's just from a purely trying to keep it like pristine on the return trip, getting it in some sort of some sort of slab protective sort of thing is what I'm going to try to look at for sure. I mean, I can't carry this around like for 4 days and throw it in my suitcase. I'm actually packing really light. I don't know about you. I'm not even bringing like an actual suitcase. I'm just bringing like a little carry-on. I'm going to be wearing probably this shirt the whole time and maybe a Spider-Man shirt. So
yeah, it's like, 2 shirts, 2 shorts, 1 pair of underwear, then, you're good to go, right? That's fine for 4 days.
Yeah. Just one outfit the whole time.
I would assume something there actually sells some sort of protective, stuff for your comics. I mean, it's a Comic-Con. Yeah. I would assume there's a booth or something there. It's like, all right, everyone's traveling unless you all live in New York. Here's some protective sleeves or some sort of protective thing you can buy to keep the comics in good condition while you're traveling. I would imagine, but
100%. Look, apparently Sleepin's got a new vid. We'll have to watch that today. I want to hear. I wonder if Sleepin's going. I haven't heard if he's going or not. I don't think so.
I haven't heard. I
haven't heard yes or no. So,
bro, maybe it's a surprise. He's just going to show up there.
That's what they're going to announce.
Celebrity, right?
They're going to announce right here on VV. Sorry, that's well, Sleepin's already there.
he's already in there. He's probably already at the con right now. He's helping him set it up, all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why I get this banana ad here. That's weird. But what did I want to show right here? Like this right here. So maybe he's one of the announcements.
Yeah,
Sleepin, we love you.
He's just there. That's the announcement. So
yeah. By the way, Sleepin will be there. It's confirmed. Everyone's like, ah.
I'm buying tickets. Everyone's buying tickets. Last minute FOMOing in. But no, I'm super excited. I'm just kind of curious how I would assume the internet there is going to be fine. Everyone's going to be playing drops and doing all kinds of stuff. But the only thing I'm concerned about is because I'm going to be I'm at home with my like desktop computer and like my fast internet, and I'm usually able to like snipe drops in the market really quickly. So I'm just kind of afraid where it's like, all right, if I don't get something on the drop, okay, it might kind of be kind of hard up, on your phone or whatever it is. Luckily, I have a tablet that I can maybe bring, and I use the web browser, which seems to be a bit faster for kind of sniping stuff in the market. Because
for sure,
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it works there. I don't know, right? Look, here's the Scotty Young and the Peach Momoko 9.8s that Doctor Strange is raffle. Look at this, man.
Those
I just
are
saw this
gorgeous.
This morning. I know, like so on his YouTube vid right here, and I love this. Look at this, Doc to Con. That's actually
Doc to Con.
Yeah. Doc to Con. I love that. So
Doc to Con. Yeah.
Everybody watch it. So thanks, Steve, for clarifying on that too. But I thought that was Peach Momoko over there, but I couldn't see up close. But that's Scotty Young right there. I mean, obviously these are great. There's so many great people doing awesome things in the community. You just got to absolutely love that for sure, right?
Do we know if any of the VV like exclusive artists that do like the comic books on VV are any of them there at Comic-Con?
Oh yeah, I would think so. I haven't looked into that, but that's a good point because even if you did like one time, so with one of my amazing fantasies, like at Decon, I got David Yu to actually sign my screen on my amazing fantasy. That was a mint number like 6222, like because the same year, not like 1962, of course, but it was like 62222 or something. And I just asked him, hey, will you sign like your name on? And so he did. Like I brought it on. So I have it digitally, right, of him signing his name on. And it's not an official signature or anything like that, like on the blockchain. But it would be really cool to kind of have that little collection, if you could go around and, of course, get these people to sign like some of these, right? And, of course, if you got like a facsimile release like some of these comics that we got that are on Vivi that are released as facsimiles in the real world as well, like X-Men 1, because that one's out as a facsimile. If you could go and get the exclusive cover artist from Vivi to sign the facsimile of it'd be the original cover, of course, right? Like it would be like what cover is it? Like you see these two right here, these covers. I know it would be the original facsimile cover, right? So, but still, that would be kind of like a fun little, I don't know, that's something that you would know personally as a connection. But when we did that video with Pop 101, that whole contest that they did, and the whole thing where we picked, like myself and Sleepin and Comics and Crypto and Corey and David Yu and Vivi Magic and the 101 team, they asked us to pick our favorite exclusive covers and our favorite artists. And we had like 10 choices each. So the pool was big. And then they gathered those and then they put them out to the community for everybody to pick from that. Well, in that video that Vivi put out, the few of the exclusive artists, did their own little videos of it. And the guy, Alex Saviak, who does Amazing Fantasy and Hulk 1 and a couple of the other big ones, he actually has the original, hand-drawn, prints of those exclusive covers that were done. And because he just still does it by ink and pen on paper. And so in the video, he was actually showing them. And David Yu, I was in this video, this is the video, if I bring it up, it's on Vivi's page right here. So this is one of them, of course. This is Kreese right here. And so he's done all these amazing stuff he did the Daredevil cover right here, Kreese Lee, you see the Daredevil. But it's in this video right here. That's on Vivi's right here with the Pop 101. And anyway, David Yu was sitting there in the background because I was with them together. It was all 5 of us. And his eyes, when Alex Saviak of Amazing Fantasy brought those covers up and you started flipping through the Hulk 1, this one, that one. And David he was like, holy, because you know how he loves the original art. So there's original art of the exclusive covers, just like you were saying. I mean, and so this original art right here, I don't know I haven't looked to see who the original artist is. We don't have the article yet, but if you could get original, maybe even just reprints of those, from Vivi, of all these exclusives, just a print of it, and then get it signed or numbered, I honestly, I don't know, but I honestly think that stuff is coming. Just
no,
again.
that would be awesome if we got those, had that capability with those comics. I would love to get the Vivi exclusive covers, in a physical format, or maybe just a very limited run or whatever it is, or at the very least, if they don't do it as a whole comic, just almost like a little small poster, right? Or just something physical. They do a printout of it's Vivi, officially licensed with Marvel and all that stuff. And they just send it, you put in your address. And if you have one, I mean, that would be really awesome for actual utility for these comics in the future, right? Where it's if you land this and then you have it on this date, we kind of get your address and, we ship it to your address, or you let us know. I don't know how the logistics of that would work, but or get it signed. It's if you have the secret rare version of the comic, you get the Vivi exclusive cover while it's signed or something like that. All that stuff would be absolutely insane. Now it's kind of got me thinking, I think that's the utility of comics that no one really thought of, because people are like, oh, what's the utility of comics? You can just open them and read them. But it's hey, if you get the exclusive covers or the secret rare or whatever it is, any of the top 3 rarities, now you actually get a physical counterpart to kind of match it that gets shipped to you.
I think it's coming, man. I think that's the next step. I mean, when you see this physical comic right here, right? Sorry, where is it? Right here. When you see this one, and there's 1,000 physicals of this. I think it's the if I read the article earlier in the live stream, there's the red and the blue. I think it's 1,000, right? So if I look up here, but anyway, and then, there's limited to 1,000 physical copies of each of the digital red and blue covers. So, I mean, that's going to be great for the Vivi community. And if you can get this, and you can get Zerzolo and Quinn, which are the two people who are in the Heather space there talking all about it, to sign that with David Yu. And then the artist as well, right? Because there's obviously the artist they talk about. They hired some amazing artists, but that would be, and then get it graded at the event. You got the bang, 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 and then you get, of course, the digital. You're kind of set. So, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people want to see these exclusives showing up. And when we do know that a lot of these are done digitally, right? Because, you know, some of the artists have, like, I think Chris Lee does it digitally, and Alex Saviak, you know, with Amazing Fantasy and stuff, he's like been drawing for Marvel for like over 30 years, like more than that. Like he's kind of old school now. He's not like, you know, Jack Kirby like time period and those kind of people. Or, you know, he's like the Todd McFarlane. I think he's older than Todd McFarlane for what I could tell. So he's been Marvel like for a long time. So maybe I have to look it up, because if he's there, even just getting your Amazing Fantasy facsimile signed by him as a VV fan, like, or I mean, we do have the digital like files of these, like, you know, at least on our screen, you could theoretically print your own, you know, it's at like a, you know, some sort of like we have Staples. I don't know if you guys have Staples, right?
Yeah, we have Staples.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And all that stuff. So
yeah, so you go to like something like that and you get like a nice print done and you bring it down. You just get them to sign the exclusive cover. It's not official, but, you know, it's like one of those kind of things, right? So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, don't worry, Hinano. We're gonna be live. We'll do some lives. I know. Vibes. We'll set something up. I know for sure, right? You're good for that, right? We'll
yeah,
your channel and my channel. Well, I'm going to go live a few times, definitely 100. Because when we're not there, man, like at the other events, all I wanted was people to be live so I could see what was going on. I just wanted to they didn't have to give me entertainment. They didn't have to say a whole bunch of stuff or do big reviews. I just wanted to see what was happening and just have a little bit of a window into stuff that was going on. So.
Yeah, especially even just the day, it doesn't always have to be, VV's doing an announcement or Marvel's doing an announcement. It's just just walking around, right? Just walking around the event, even being in line, waiting for your tickets, just kind of getting the general sense and the environment, how everyone's feeling, how everyone's just nerding out to their favorite characters and IPs and all that kind of stuff. So that's always going to be a ton of fun. So
I know for sure, right? Look, G43 on the eve of Thanksgiving in Canada. Do you know that it's Thanksgiving in Canada this weekend?
I did not.
Yeah, it's Canadian Thanksgiving. We do things a little bit differently up here, but
or maybe you're right and we do it differently, or we're weird. But as an American, I can't say that. Everyone else is weird. We
even though that's how I defaulted to that. I defaulted to my Canadian position of you guys, we do it differently. But right here he says in Canada, I just want to say thank you for all the videos of positivity you bring to the space. Thank you so much, G43. I really appreciate you as well. It's been a ton of fun for sure. Yeah, Dr. Strange, we're with you. We support you. And I can't wait to see you in New York. It's going to be so fun. So make sure you guys are checking out his vid there and try to win one of those unbelievable comics. That's going to be awesome. Lucky 13-ish. Hey, MC, what are you looking forward to the most at New York City Comic Con? So for me at the Comic Con, I'm really actually looking forward to just experience what I really want to find out. This is what I want to find out, Vibes and Lucky 13-ish is I want to see what the vibe is, and that's not a segue to your name, but about digital collecting. So I asked that question to Ryan from VV at San Diego Comic Con, and to Alex when he came on my channel, either before or after. I think it was just obviously it was just after, but. And I was like, what was it? What was the digital collecting vibe like? Like when people were around the Marvel booth, what were people more interested, open? Because the year before, I mean, VV was so new, nobody even knew what the hell it was. And they're handing out logos and trying to get people to right? At the San Diego one the year before. I mean, they're like, oh yeah. And they're just trying to get the word out about VV, and VV was sharing the booth with Marvel, and nobody, I mean, not that many people probably even knew, but then a whole year later and a whole more exposure and San Diego Comic Con again. So I asked him after that one, and Ryan was telling me specifically that, people were they were aware. A lot of people were aware of VV. They were aware of this notion of digital collecting, because you get all the fandoms and all the geeks there, all the collectors and all the cosplayers and the people. This is the exact audience of people in the physical space that you want to kind of try to connect with, right? I mean, I talk a lot about the youth being the next wave and all this stuff, maybe just really mostly for them. And another 5-6 years from now, digital collecting will be normalized more and more. But these kind of events are in my opinion, what helps normalize what we're doing, because what we're doing is kind of niche in collecting. VV is niche, even though it's Marvel and Star Wars and all that. it's not mainstream. People don't usually collect digitally yet, or they're trying to wrap their heads around it. So when I was talking to Ryan and stuff afterwards, he said that he was feeling like people were getting it. You know what I mean? Like, just generally, like, that doesn't mean that they were jumping in and diving in and buying everything off the floor and beating, but they were like, they kind of were starting to come around to it. And then it flashed me back to a couple of years ago when I got the app, and I was like, it took me like a week. I downloaded it because my friend told me about the Marvel comics, who's like big into crypto. QB Beats, if you guys know who he is on Twitter and stuff. So, great guy, right? Musician. So he told me all about the comics. He's like, have you seen it? I didn't even know what VV was. But when I downloaded it, I didn't just like start like, sweeping the floor on Todd. Like, I was like, what is this all about? Like, I was trying to wrap my head around it. So that's what I want to kind of gauge. And I want to talk to people, and I want to go around and maybe interview some people, like just randoms and people, just for my own content on the channel, and just like ask them about digital collecting, not really about like VV specifically, like a salesperson, but how do they feel about like that? What about you, Vibes? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I think it would be a fun segment to, just kind of turn on the live stream and just talk to people just randomly at the convention. And obviously it's kind of like in sales, it's kind of like a warm call. Like, people, they're here for, Marvel and Disney and whatever else that, they're all obsessed about some sort of IP or character, probably mostly, comic book characters. Right. So it's a pretty easier than someone just randomly off the street. Right. Even with some of my friends, like I really have only gotten like really one of my friends like into VV. They occasionally buy stuff, but not really. But some of my other friends were like, yeah, well, once you get like NFL and other stuff, like that's kind of what they're more into. But I think it'd be great to like get that footage and like send it at VV and like, kind of just be like, hey, this is what the general sentiment is around digital collectibles. What would they like to see, is navigating the app, like all that stuff. And I think that's where kind of setting up a referral program or like a referral link, right? So you can refer someone to a link and you can send them a text message that says, hey, join VV, .me or whatever. It has like your link. You click it, and then now you get some sort of either kickback or whatever. Who knows what it is. I doubt they're just going to give you just raw gems. It'd be kind of cool if there's some sort of point system, or maybe every person you referral and they actually make a purchase, you get MCP points, or just something like that, where it's like actually kind of beneficial for them and you to actually like get started on VV and stuff. But I think with this, it's like, I definitely think like getting people hooked is like the AR photos, right? Be like, hey, like real quick, like, you see someone dressed up as Storm, right? You have a Storm on your phone, take a picture of her and the other Storm. You're like, hey, like, oh, that looks so cool. What's that? Oh, it's VV. It's a digital collecting app and all that stuff. So that's what I've done with a few of my friends, where I kind of start off with the AR portion of it, you know, and take a picture with them. And they're like, oh, what's that? That looks cool. And, kind of showing them the app and all that stuff. And, and then don't get into the whole, financial aspect and like the actual collecting and like, okay, maybe you could sell this later for money and this and that. But it's just like, hey, this is just a cool app. And I mean, it took me I would say about a week, maybe a little bit longer. And I got pretty lucky early on that I was just kind of playing with house money. Like, I won a really big drop early on. And at that point, it was just house money. It was the partner statue. I actually got the partner statue. Yeah, it was the partner statue on drop. And then I sold it for about $9K. So I got it for You didn't know that? I thought I told you.
I forgot that you got that, because my brother-in-law got Steamboat Willie and sold him for about $80.
Yeah,
I thought he was nuts to do it at the time too. I didn't get mad at him. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Now he's a genius.
Well, that was like January the 3rd or something. Like, it was really still early. Well, everything was actually still rising. But yeah, that's amazing.
So yeah, like at that point, I was able to kind of dig more into it because I was playing with house money. I was like, all right, I'll buy this and this, and like, I was doing a lot of flipping, and I mean, at that point, you could kind of buy anything and it would go up in value, right? Like, the whole market was just going nuts.
I know.
But yeah, kind of bringing it back to just like BV and talking to random people about it, and it makes it a bit easier, right? As we get more characters and IPs on BV, it's so much easier to connect with people. And, you just talk to them. Hey, what's your favorite character? Who do you like? Blah, blah. Like, actually, do you want to take a picture? Actually, I have Professor X right here, or whoever, right? I have Spider-Man right here. Let me take a picture.
Tomorrow. Yeah, he's dropping tomorrow. You could say to him, like, at the event, like, check it out. This guy's coming tomorrow, like Magneto, Yeah,
and that's why the waitlist thing is really important too, right? So, like, now you can get someone to sign up, within a few minutes, and they can play the drop. I don't know if they need a KYC. Do you know if they still need a KYC if they're like a brand new user?
I don't think so. I
don't think so either.
I think they just can't sell.
Okay.
in the market, and they can't cash out, of course. But I think new people can go for drops.
Okay.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows, or if Vivi's watching. But I believe, yeah, you can sign up and get your account and all that kind of stuff, and then go for drops. You just can't sell anything in the market afterwards, unless you tell your KYC, which is actually good because, it's like people. So we saw that kind of thing happening where people were maybe potentially signing up like on a big, say it's a big drop, right? Like say you got like, say it's this, but say it's cap 1 and there's like, 2,000 of them. Okay. And like you're something ridiculous, like, and so then maybe people would sign up or something, multiple accounts, and just try to go for it. And then the one that they actually land on, they KYC, right? But I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if that's part of like what people do, but we do see still a lot of these new accounts that like are, and I don't know if we're getting like new users like that. So it might be people trying to play that kind of a game. So, but I don't know how well that would work or not. So you'd have to have like, I believe you, but you know what? Like I should really look into that, because I did know before, but I've kind of forgotten. Like if that's a good question, if you need to be KYC to go for the drop, but I don't think so. I think new users can get the app, download it at the Comic-Con, kind of get in there, upload their logo, as their profile, and go for a drop and look at the market. But I don't know if they can buy it. They should be able to buy in the market too then. And they obviously are able to load gems. If that's the case. So maybe before I officially say that, maybe I'll get some clarification on that for you guys. But look, Tom Hiddleston will be at the event. Thanks, TH. It's sold out. He'll be there for sure. Yeah. So I don't wonder why he's not showing up at the top of the New York Comic-Con there, especially with the Loki show. You know how like the New York Comic-Con X post?
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. But look at this. I'm telling you, the BSG FTL drive is way faster. What is that? Is that a
Battlestar Galactica faster than light drive? It's like their warp drive or their faster than light drive,
Okay,
version.
I didn't know what they were talking about. That's awesome. That's like, here we go. We're gonna start.
We're nerding out already.
We got to get our technical stuff there. The Doctor Strange looking forward to meeting you too. There you go. Yeah, take vitamin C. Okay, yeah. You see, you got to cosplay. I got to bring the trooper, because then it's a built-in mask, right? Although, a little known fact about stormtroopers, their mask filtration system, it filters out smoke and things like that, but not toxins. So,
like they're set up for failure. I don't know.
They're pretty much
they're that expendable, I guess. Yeah. But no, I've actually been taking emergency, those little vitamin C packets or tablets or whatever. I've been taking them all week, mostly just because I'm like, I do not want to get sick right before or something happens. So it's like I've been taking those all week. I'll probably continue taking them all the way through Comic-Con. So that's actually not a bad idea. Some immunity boosters or whatever you do to kind of make sure you're healthy.
You got to take whatever Trump was taking back in the day. Remember, he's taking those boosters.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they're going to give. I know they. Yeah, and I know they did. I remember when I went to BlizzCon, they gave out a lot of like hand sanitizer stuff. So I'm assuming they're going to give out something there. If not, you can buy one or whatever. But
it's
for the most part,
it's just being in crowds, getting colds. I mean, it's pretty standard. It's always been that way. So if you just wash your hands and try not to get too close to complete strangers, like in their face, you're pretty much good. Washing your hands, like just for, I have kids, going to school is like, I mean, it's bacteria palace, but it's good for the immune system. I mean, we all need to get cold sometimes to build up our immunity. So, but just simple hand washing is amazing what that does. Like just before you eat or before you go to bed or like, whatever, or just fist pumping, maybe if you cosplay though, you can like glove it. You can mask it. You can like be like, almost fully protected. It's actually pretty awesome. So maybe we should cosplay. But if you cosplay as this Vibes, you're going to be, we're going to have to do a Walmart version of you, like you said. So we're going to go find a shopping cart somewhere with a bunch.
I'll jump in it.
Yeah, you'll jump in the shopping cart, and then we'll bring a green jacket, okay, and you got to shave, of course. Don't get to shave now, and we'll wrap it up in some we'll get some of that police tape. yellow or something.
Caution tape. Yeah, the caution tape.
And then you'll just be like, you have to murmur to yourself, ugh, and I'll just push you around the Comic-Con.
Don't throw me into a booth. Just like push me really hard. Just throw me into a booth. I'm like, I can't stop.
Actually, you know what? If you're like and I don't want to poke fun at anybody who's financially in trouble, but if like as a bit of a funny joke, if you're like a panhandler, for example, and you do a really rough costume and sit out front, I mean, I would probably donate. Like if somebody did that in front of the Comic-Con and they were all kind of like, second rate. Professor X, I'd be like, hey, here you go. Yeah. Down on his luck, Professor X.
Give me $5, I'll read your mind.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. You're meant to be Professor X.
Yeah, they're like, all right, what am I thinking about? Like, why did I give this guy $5? They're like, all right, thank you. That's what you're thinking right now, is why did I give this guy $5?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it.
Sir Dreadlife, I thought the VV exclusive physical comic at Comic-Con will have some 9.8 graded signed slabs for sale. That would be cool. I don't know. I haven't heard that. I just may not have seen that, but that if they're actually graded already and signed like for sale, so obviously we got to go to that booth and check it out. I mean, like, that's gonna be
yeah, it's just hard. Like it's almost surreal just because there's so much information just flowing around this event. Like this is happening and that's happening and this is happening. And it's like it's kind of hard, until we get there. I feel like it's initially we're going to be a bit overwhelmed, just because like, oh, we got to go to this booth and this booth. Okay, VV's announcing this. Yeah. Okay, then VV exclusive artist is over here and they're doing signings. Like, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll have to kind of come up with a schedule or actually do a bit of research because I'm right now I'm just kind of going into it blind. Plus all the parties and stuff afterward. Like, there's going to be a lot going on. So,
well, like, I mean, if you're there for 4 days, there's a lot of time. I mean, eventually, like, on Saturday, after you're there for a couple days already, it's Sunday, so we'll be able to see, like, go to all these places for sure, right? So a lucky 13ish, we'll definitely see you guys there for sure. I mean, obviously, so we'll just be anywhere around the Marvel booth and we'll definitely all see each other, right? That's kind of what it's all about. Sir Thrifts a lot. I'll be there just for Thursday, flying in for the after party. Oh, he's just coming for the party.
Let's go.
I love it. Well, we'll see you there, Sir Thrifts a lot. Just come on in, hit the party, and head out. That's all you need to do. Yeah, no way it'll take you 30 minutes. Oh, you guys are talking. They're really. This is some really high level space travel talk here going on in the background. I absolutely love it. So you're nerding out now. I know. I love that, you guys. So TH says CGC will even have a signature series section where artists will be there to sign. And you can let them take it and grade it. That is, so that is so cool. So we have to do a little bit more research into the event. Thanks, TH. I really appreciate that. Because a little bit more. We've been so focused on, like, me, myself, just getting everything organized and then just the VV stuff. We'll have to look at, like, what else is going on throughout the whole thing for sure, right? Oh, by the way, there was an Elmon X drop today. So, of that bust right there. So I didn't go for that one. Did you go for the Elmon X stuff today, or?
I haven't done anything on Almon X. I think I tried to drop like the very first one, like a long time ago, and I just had drop issues, and I'm just like, whatever. That and like a kid called Beast and all that stuff. I'm like, that was also when I was still like really new to Web3. So like I kind of gave it a go and it didn't work, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So.
Oh, okay, for sure. Look, TH does clarify, but this is great help for us. Per CGC site, there's no on-site grading. They just take them, the submissions, they take them back to Florida, and then I guess they send it out to you. Okay, so that's cool. So it's, in a way, it's almost easier because you drop it off, you pay, and then you go about your business. You don't have to carry the stuff home, and then they'll just ship it out to you. That's actually more convenient because, I mean, what if you got like a bunch, like 5? You have to bring those back, right? So,
like, all right, see you in 9 months. See the stuff,
Yeah, hopefully you get it
that's back. Priority. Yeah, that's if you're the gold premium member. Priority grading is 9 months. It's like, oh, okay, thanks.
Man, there was a time a couple of years ago when, my God, you could
the whole COVID era. I heard it was really bad.
Yeah, everyone was freaking out and grading everything, and it was just like, it was tough. I really don't actually send stuff in for grading that often. Just the whole process behind it. I'm just too impatient. And I don't mind a raw copy of a comic or something. So for me, it has to be like an investment piece. Like if I get something and I can see, okay, this is like going to be a high grade and I'm going to want to sell it, then I would send it in because then I could, but then sometimes you get supremely disappointed. And I have no problem with the grading companies. I mean, they're all kind of like have their issues, but sometimes you can like get one that you think is higher. I mean, you and some experts of your friends or people that know the stuff, like they're really to a T. You get friends that like, you know, press the comics and they actually set them up beautifully and everything is, then you send it in and you get like a, you know, a 6.5 and you're just like, or a 7, you're like, what? Like, what are you looking at? Like, compared to what I'm looking at, like, what is the deal here? And then you think if you cracked it and sent it back in, you get an 8.5. Like, it's just, it's so I don't do it very often, like just for my own personal collection. I just keep everything raw, you know, that I find in the wild, of course, you know. Yeah. And here's a good suggestion. You know, bring a hard case folio or top loader. Yeah, that's a good pre-planned thing right here. So we need vitamin C tablets. We need hard case folios and top loaders. That's what we need. Yeah, those are the 2 things we need so far. That's it.
He is living vicariously through us. He's just like, yeah, this and this. Yeah,
it's what you really is. If you could go to this booth and you know, and if you have any hit lists, let us know. Maybe we'll and this is just for you. Maybe we'll pick a. If you got any, like, you know, send us a DM. Maybe we'll search something for you if you want.
I told him yesterday. I told him yesterday if there's anything he like really wants, you know, obviously we'll make our best effort to try and get one. But if there's anything physical you want to, just you know, hit us up. We'll try and do our best if there's extras or whatever. You know, I'm gonna buy one for me first, obviously. But if there's ever extras and stuff, I'll try and help you out.
Yeah, I gotta buy at least 6 or 7 for me. But you know.
Yeah, I might give you one.
Yeah, I might
pay 3x. I might think about giving you one.
yeah. Don't worry, you'll be able to find all the stuff I find up on eBay immediately after. So
yeah, exactly. Excluding Hawaii, shipping everywhere but Hawaii.
Yeah, that's right. Look, Kryptoni, like, of course, Kryptoni, you're like, thanks for saying this again. But the grading system for our digital collectibles is built into the mint numbers. So that is that. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. That's beautiful because I mean, a lot of the cases. The mint number, the lower the mint number, the higher the value. That's just the way that the VV community and, you know, other platforms as well work, you know, like it's for some, that's kind of the grading. Yeah. So I love that. Thanks for bringing that up again.
Yeah. I think there's going to be 3 things that people are going to grade, quote unquote, grade digital comics on in the future, which is obviously rarity or scarce, like, you know, secret rare, whatever it is, you know, rare, secret rare, whatever. Yeah. Also the, like you said, mint numbers. But the other thing too, which is like not a big deal right now, but I've seen it happen on other platforms and like even video games and stuff like that, which is the history. So if you have a short history, if you're the original mentor, like that might be like a really big deal for people, like becoming the second owner versus the, you know, 88th owner of a comic. Like that could be a big deal. It could be, right? Yeah. I don't know, but people, especially as you know, collectors in general, are always going to find a way to kind of differentiate their stuff from everyone else's, especially if it's really identical, right? You know, versus this or that or whatever it is. So I do think that's going to be a big thing. Like history.
I agree with that. Yeah, like I don't know when, but I used to say that quite a bit, like 6, 8, 9 a year ago. That, you know, being the original minter or something to me was like pretty special, especially on something big. So that's why like I have like my Hulk, classic Hulk. I minted him, you know, I just, you know, like, cause I wanted to have Hulk, you know, and I've done that with other ones as well, like Kang and other ones like that. Even though I knew that I could probably get it cheaper in the market after, especially with Hulk, I was surprised it didn't sell out. Look at this, Jimbo. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. There's Jimbo's logo. I always like to point it out, right? Vibes. You got yours right behind you.
Yeah, there it is. It's always there.
It's always there. And I appreciate that. And he said he bought a 3D drop head today. Thanks, man. We'll make sure we get you your more spots in the rewards. But thanks for that. I appreciate that. Did you see what I was telling people with my drop heads there, Vibes? This isn't like a
they sold out, right?
Yeah, they sold out. But I'm also, you know how McFarlane's doing the 3D like files with the dragon. Did you hear about that? How the McFarlane's doing that?
Yeah, I saw it very briefly on X.
Yeah, with that new dragon drop they did. I didn't actually cover that drop because of all the VV stuff. It's just been like, there's so many things to cover, right? Like that's why I didn't cover the Elmont X drop as well, just because there's just so much stuff. I only have so much time. But I'm actually going to be looking at that one in there because I like Elmont X for sure. But I didn't do the McFarlane one, but they're dropping the 3D files and people are actually printing those. Like they're able to actually use the file to print. But my drop heads, you know, that was from the start. I had that plan to supply the files because, you know, I don't have to worry about like, I don't think we'd ever get that with Marvel or something, you know, like I don't think McFarlane's going to be able to do that with Batman, like probably not. But like on my Discord, you know, like I got my little, so you can put them in spatial, but you need you need the file. You can't just drop in like an NFT off the OpenSea. Like you need the, as far as at least for spatial, the way I understand it at the moment. So I had to wait until everybody, like all of these were all in the hands of people. That way, then I could then see who owns them and then send them the files. And so then they'll be able to goof around with those. So I did it before McFarlane, everybody.
Beat him to it.
Although they announced it, and then I like at least, and then I have my sold out here, and then I announced it yesterday, and so people were like, "Oh yeah, McFarlane." Actually, it was really funny. I think Wes on Twitter, he's like, "This is just a little side note, guys. We'll get back to the VV stuff, but." He was just like, competing with McFarlane, you know, because the files, like, I can't compete with McFarlane.
No. I think McFarlane got alpha on your project, and they're like, all right, guys, we got to hurry this up, you know, drop heads and right. 3D. We got to beat him to it. So that's what it was. They got alpha on your project.
That's it. Yeah, McFarlane. Yeah, he's always hounding me in the DMs for ideas. McTodd himself, you know, ever since I was a teenager, you know, when I first bought his first comic.
Like should I draw Spider-Man like this? You know, I'm doing the first one, the new first series. Should I draw him like this?
You work on his foot there. I don't know if I really like the foot, and you know, we need a little bit more, like, you know, we need them to be like spread even further, right? So look, Pasternak, I've been to New York Comic Con, plenty of comic protectors. So yeah, you can just probably pick them up there too. So that'll be super fun, right? Sure. Serge, about transporting comics in the US, we have a Newberry Comics, and on Amazon they have hard shell folders that's supposed to fit 15 comics with plastic bag and backing. Fits 10. That's cool. So you can actually like get multiple and kind of like that's pretty cool. And Rob Cook's here. Yeah, this is the one I've heard about. MC, you got to check out Midtown Comics. A few blocks away from the Comic Con is being held. Apparently, it's like this legendary shop. So thanks, Rob, for that. I'm definitely gonna, you know, head over there with other people. I do actually know that these guys here. If I scroll down right here, I just want to make sure I get his name exactly right again. Actually, let me just scroll up right here. So where is he? Right here. Well, Zerzolo and Quinn. Okay, so these two guys. Apparently, there's going to be. I heard I have to go back and listen to that Twitter space with Heather. But they're going to be going like down the road to, I think, that comic shop. It might be the one you're talking about, Rob. They're going to, I think it's on like, I think Friday at 5 or something like that, or Thursday at 5. One of those two. I have to go back and listen. If anyone knows, please put it in the chat. But apparently they're going to go over there or something like that and be kind of a big walk over thing. Because apparently it's this like, I mean, I can't go in there though, Vibes, because if I go in there, I'll just be broke day one. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but like, what about you? Are you bringing like an amount like, you know, allocated for collectibles, like aside from VV stuff, or are you going to buy? You actually, wait a second. I'm sorry, I've let you answer, but you actually might not go for will you go for the VV stuff, or will you wait? Because I kind of heard you kind of hint that you might buy the con stuff because you can only get it there.
I'm still gonna go. Like, I guess my thing is like, if I hear about a physical thing, like I'm gonna go prioritize that and go run over there. I mean, I'll still play the drops on VV and stuff, but at least while I'm there, like even if we go to like Midtown Comics, I want to buy at least something there just to say I bought a comic at Midtown Comics. And I'm sure there's little thing they put on there that signifies that you went there, a cool little sticker or whatever they kind of give you saying, oh, you went to Midtown Comics in New York. Like that's kind of what I want, even if it's like a $5-10 comic, just something. It doesn't have to be anything too impressive or nice, but I didn't really have I didn't give myself a budget because I probably should, but even then I feel like I would just kind of break it anyway, just based on, you just never know until you get there, right? Like you're just like, all right, I'm gonna only spend this much, and then you're just like, oof, this is really nice. And then, okay, there's a short line and there's only a few of these left. All right, whatever, I'm just gonna buy it, right? Even that happened a little bit at a decon, right? With like the shirts, and like the digitals where you get like a shirt plus the digital and then all this stuff. And it's like I spent a little bit more than I wanted, but it totally ended up paying off. And I have a lot of physical stuff to kind of show for it. But yeah.
It's true. That's true.
No budget.
No budget. It's a
doesn't mean unlimited money. Yeah, it's like I got $1 million. No, it's just like I just kind of go with the flow.
You might be out front at the end of the thing with that shopping cart thing.
I might be.
Oh yeah. Sunday morning, hey, I bought. You know, it's funny because when Metaverse Life, right? And by the way, thanks, Sir Dreadful. A few of the VV artists the exclusive artists will be in Artist Alley. Nice. So I'll be looking them up, and thank you for that. That's good to know. I mean, we kind of figured that, but I need to look at exactly who's there and where they are, and I'll try to pass that info out on Twitter as well. I know that Vivi will. Vivi should do that too, right? And it's pretty cool actually, because, for example, like when Pop 101 was doing this video, right here, right, with like, you know, Crease Lee and stuff, I wasn't actually following them, you know, on Twitter. So here he is right here. I follow himself. Right. But there's Nicoletta. So you can see I just started to follow her. There's Crease. So now I can actually start see these artists. I just followed Nicoletta because she actually did her own little video too and posted it. So maybe if we can get, it'd be really cool to get like a whole grouping of all the exclusive artists, like their socials. So we can follow them, especially when it comes to events like this, because then, yeah, will Crease be there? Will Nicoletta be there? Will, you know, and then, you know, on their own Twitter pages, I'm sure, or their X pages, they'll probably post that info. So, but yeah, you might be out front doing this one, man. If you're not careful.
Oh yeah, I'll take cash or comics. You can pay me in either way. I just need something to take the edge off, you know.
I know, right? Lucky 13ish. Do you know if you have to sign up with CGC before you hand submit to New York City? So if you're at the con, you don't have an account, do you have to sign? You know, like, I don't know. Okay. So we'll just check the website, obviously, for CGC, but I would assume that, you know, I'm just going to assume, like, they have a booth or a business. I would assume that you could be able to sign up there. Like, I mean, if they didn't allow you to like sign up with some sort of like handwritten form, or probably not a handwritten form, probably on an iPad with like an electronic form of some sort, for new customers. I mean, to me, that would be, as a business, like, that would be silly, like, to not allow people to sign up. So, but, you know, check the site. But it's a good question because, yeah, if you show up there with comics, they're like, sorry, you know, you had to sign up 2 weeks ago, like, take your comics home, because the thing about it is, this is not like they're probably going to be begging for business. This is probably going to be, you know, I don't think they're going to be like, oh, thank you so much for signing up. You know, any new customers we can get me. They're pretty big. So it's a good question. I don't know the answer, but do you know the answer, Vibes? You probably don't know either, right?
No, I don't. I'm just letting you run with it. I was just like, okay. I can
see you're kind of like thinking, but yeah, I could tell you. I just thought I'd ask you because, you know. Yeah, but Pashak says maybe the Disney desk will be like a back cowl, early access and other perks. Yeah, I don't know. That Disney desk still's got me so intrigued because it can't just be a desk, can it, Vibes?
I don't know. I really think.
Yeah, your video. You did your video about the. You talk about that because you did your video.
Yeah, it was kind of I don't know. I was just kind of trying like a random hyperbolic, you know, title one time.
YouTube. I'm going to bring your video up here. We're not going to watch it, but let me bring it up right here.
Yeah, it was just talking about airdrops and obviously how they just have not been very profitable. And the last few airdrops, you were kind of almost better off just like letting it ride. Now, unless you do take a lot of value, like we talked about earlier, you know, taking pride, or you do have a lot of value in being the original mentor for like an airdrop or something like that. Like some people really like that, right? They get the airdrop and they want to hold it. But yeah, so for the airdrop, I don't know. I really think because as of right now, you can get all the at least the 4 pencils we have for like 90 gems. When the Aladdin drops, it's probably going to go for 15, 20, just like some of the other ones that are whatever. So as of right now, like if you wanted to, you could buy the desk for like 110, 120, maybe at most. And then, but there's also a lot of people that, you know, bought the $40 collectible and then got the pencil, but still sold the collectible for like 30 gems. So it's almost like sometimes they actually got their pencil for like 10 gems, or sometimes even less if they got lucky and got a secret rare or whatever. Yeah. So I think it's going to really depend on if there's utility, you know, with the desk, if you can like match it with other things, or maybe if you put a pencil next to it, it does some sort of crazy animation. It's going to really depend on the utility and what it can provide, the animations and all that stuff. I'm not sure. So, and so far it seems like Disney has been kind of pretty firm and like, all right, we're going to announce all the utility and everything like up front. Yeah. And then that's kind of it, you know, no added utility on the back end, but it doesn't mean they'll never do it. It's just, as of right now, it sounds like they don't have plans to do it. So at least in my video, I mentioned, I'm like, unless it's like crazy utility or has some crazy animation where it can interact with other Disney collectibles, and there's a ton of them, or you can interact with like over a dozen of them or something like that.
Yeah.
It's it's probably going to go under like 110, 100. Like no one knows, but that's
Sure.
just kind of that's been kind of my guess based off of like the Gauntlet, the booze door, like pretty much all the other drops that are pretty similar, where there's like a crafting or a burn mechanic involved. So
yeah, no, it's true. Like, and that's what gets me so kind of like curious about this whole thing with this desk. Like, can it be just a desk? And I really feel like, I mean, right now it is just a desk, but that little note in the article that they could change the artwork or whatever leading up to, whatever. We still haven't got the last pencil yet, right? I mean, I'll be getting one because I went for all the drops, just because you get a pencil, you get the free drop, right? I mean, like it's almost a break even no matter what. Like you can't really go wrong. So I've gone for them all, and I don't own the pencils now because I sold them all at different times after I got them for like, some are close to maybe where they are now or a bit higher at least. So, and I sold the collectibles that I got as well because I'm really unsure about what to do about this whole thing because of the history of all these kind of collecting the sets. Like with the Hulk one in particular. And by the way, we'll talk about, obviously the Comic-Con stuff like that. But with Hulk, I mean, look at this, Vibes. The classic is now starting to creep up towards the secret rare. The secret rare is at 52. And the classic is the FA. So I've been saying, like, this is the FA of Hulk, right? That's why I went for that one on the drop. What took me out of the game was that I didn't get the other Hulk. Like, I didn't, like, so if you go to Hulk, I was going to do the game, but I didn't get Planet Hulk on the drop. And that removed me from this game because I wasn't going to go pay 180 for him in the market, right? I did that actually with Red Hulk. I paid a bit more for Red Hulk, and I held him for a while because he ballooned up, but he went up higher than I paid. So I was doing the game. And when Planet Hulk came out, I said, you know what? If I don't land Planet Hulk on the drop, because I knew he was going to go high immediately, then I'm just out of the airdrop game because I couldn't afford it to go in there and spend $200 or whatever it was. And so I ended up selling Red Hulk. I sold him for like 125 or something like that, or I can't remember what I sold him for. And I kept my classic though, because I'm like, no, I'm going to keep him, even though I minted him and he was under retail. And then I sold the Maestro, but he was like 50 at the time or something. Now he's like 15. And my plan wasn't to like play the market and like do that whole thing and like, get him cheap. I didn't expect them to drop down this low, these guys. So, and now like, if you look at the secret rare, I mean, the Coming of the Hulk, like it's super cool. Like I really want it. It's sitting at 49 and the classic's at 42. Yeah. So, and I said this a week ago, like I never said that it would pass him. But I said, when the dust settles after he started to see what was going on, the FA Hulk is the classic. It's this guy. And so there's only 4,000 of them. It's not like there's 10,000. So you can see that will he pass the secret rare? Could you believe that if that happens?
That's hard because now it's like scarcity. It's like scarcity versus FA, but like I think really only comic book collectors or people that know about the FA Hulk comic really understand the Gray Hulk, right? If you showed the Gray Hulk to someone on the street, they're like, "Why is he gray? Like, what is this?" But everyone knows Green Hulk. Everyone recognizes Hulk as green.
They would know that the Gray Hulk, but they may not remember that that's the one from the cover of Hulk 1.
Exactly. So they might not.
Yeah, because Gray Hulk's pretty popular, but not, like you said, that exact cover version of him.
Yeah, like I said, if you asked 100 people on the street, maybe in the single digits, might be like, oh, is that like the classic Hulk, or is that gray or whatever? But everyone else would be like, okay, like I get it, he looks like Hulk and he's gray, but like, why is he not green? So it's like for everyone else, for the world, the green one's going to appeal to everyone that knows Hulk, but the gray one is going to appeal to, comic collectors, maybe just huge Hulk fanatics that didn't know that he was gray at one point and then buy him or whatever. That's tough. But I do think the mint numbers are low enough for both of them where I could potentially see Green Hulk surpassing just because the FA tag is just so huge. A 2,000 mint difference roughly, because there's like 4,000 of him and like 1,800 of like gray or 1,600 or something like that. So there's only like a little over 2,000 mint difference between the two. So we'll see.
Well,
I mean, that's like
the Red Hulk. The Red Hulk is another FA as well because it's just a different person. And I do want that secret rare. I just didn't expect it to be down at this level. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. There's like 1,600 of them or whatever it is. So But yeah, I agree. Like, and I think maybe people are like the animation of him better, even though remember he didn't sell out at all. Like, how does the Hulk FA not sell out on VV back even a couple months ago? Like, it was really bizarre to me. I'm like, wow, this is, you always learn something new about the community. No judgment. It's all good. It just is what it is, right? You can't fight the market. It's just the market's the market. We can try to like tell people, oh, this is what I think, and this is what should be happening. But the market's the market. But now you're seeing kind of like a reversal because they're now both in the 40 gem range and he's going up and the rare's coming down and all the other ones are below him. And after the dust settles, it's funny, right? So Bones, how you doing, Bones? Good to see you today. Sir Dread Life, Decon, can't wait to hang out with the fam again. Yeah, that's going to be awesome for sure. And Hinano, I remember that feeling of camaraderie, good times, looking forward to seeing the content. And most importantly, have fun, guys. Yeah, we'll do our best for sure. There's another comment I want to get to down here that's really important too. Slider, what the H is anyone else getting ads on the live stream? Oh yeah, so ads on the live stream. So yeah, just so you guys know, YouTube is doing some different stuff with like ads during live streams and stuff. They've changed the way. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So sorry if you guys are getting hit with ads and stuff. It's not like I think that there's a way that we can, as live streamers, control the frequency a bit more, but that was never really the case. It was either on or off. So they're getting like, so I'm still looking into that. So sorry if you guys are getting interrupted or whatever. I'm going to try to get the frequency lower, just because, obviously when you're watching a live stream, it's kind of disruptive. Like if you get an ad in your face, right? Of course you could just get YouTube Premium and you don't get ads at all, which I do not have.
Yeah. I have it
ads all the time.
Yeah, I have it because I just use my phone for everything. So usually when I'm working out, I'll play, like a YouTube video, like VV YouTube video, or a playback of the, spaces or something like that, or I'll listen to music too. So I just have like my music list on YouTube and I just play it on there. And so by having Premium, I can just keep my phone closed or, whatever. And it still plays on my earbuds. So that's why to me, that's worth the $10. Like the sheer convenience of it is super nice. I mean, you're paying, I don't know, what is it, 30 cents a day technically? Because it's like $10 over a month and whatever. I think they might increase the price a tiny bit.
$120 a year, you could buy the whole Hulk set.
That too.
Think about that, vibes. A couple of ads, right? Just so you can have a whole set of Hulk.
What are you doing? You put all your money into Hulk.
Yeah, everything.
What are you thinking?
Spend. Cancel all subscriptions and like it's actually funny though, because this happened to me. I was telling you guys last night, remember on Hinano and D's stream there that I was at Superstore, which is like Costco basically in Canada, right? And I was getting groceries and stuff because it's Thanksgiving weekend. I was getting my turkey and things like that. But I always scoot down the toy aisle. Okay. Like it's instinct. And they had these little stormtroopers, these little like dudes, and they're like just the little basic figures, but they're beautiful sculpt, and very shiny. And anyway, they're in the little box. They're like the cheap versions. You can't really move their elbows or anything, but just to pose them, just to stand them there on my shelf, they look beautiful, right? And I just can't help myself. And I'm staring at them. They're like about $8 each. And for an action figure, that's pretty good these days, right? So like Canadian, right? So it's like $5-6 US. So I'm like, I didn't buy them though, because it's like, what could I get in VV for that? It's like, I could add another $16, $17 Canadian in VV. I could get, I could maybe get this X-Men comic, right? So I have enough Stormtroopers. So I'm already starting to make these real life decisions about digital or physical. I've been doing it for a long time, but I would have snagged those up just as not for resale, just because I'm a fan. I would have I have hundreds of Stormtrooper action figures and I don't care. I'll get more, right? That's my style. So, but I'm already starting to do that. But look at this. NFA said you're 100% correct. New people can buy and do just what you said. This is for the app, right? Can't cash out. My girlfriend did it just last week. So there you go. Thanks, NFA. So if you're a new account, at least what he's saying here is that, you can go for drops. You just can't sell unless you're KYC'd. So, and then Slider right here, they said KYC a priority in the waitlist drop. They can still buy, but they can't sell. So there you go for sure. Right. So I kind of
similar to, it's kind of similar to DC, right? Like you can make a new account on DC Palm and still go for drops, but you can't sell it. You can't cash out. You can't do anything until you're fully KYC'd. So
yeah, 100%. Look at this right here. Looking forward to meeting everyone in New York. So how do we say your name up here? Is it I think it's
Something
Killer in there, like J Killer. Is that J Killer? J Kill. Oh, that's J Kill.
Yeah,
Okay,
J Kill.
yeah,
J Killer.
Okay, we know you. Sorry, I yeah, it's J Kill.
I thought it was like
You know who
something
you are.
lard, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like something I couldn't figure it out. So
No,
that's
it's
a good call right there.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Cool,
J Killer.
cool.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
you. We got you. Thanks, man. Now I know. I was looking at you on the last live stream. Thanks for coming. And we know you, of course. Bill's pumped about King Pie. What's King Pie?
Pin. I think you missed the N.
King Pin. Oh,
I think you might have missed the N. King Pie.
Yeah, King Pie. I was like immediately going, it's Thanksgiving. I'm hungry. Yeah. What can I tell you? I'm pumpkin pie and all that. So yeah, I was like, maybe a big king. Yeah, look at Kingpin here. What do you think about Kingpin? Look at this. Look at the anime. So when I saw these first fives, I didn't actually realize that Kingpin is also animated in his appearance. Look at how he's sketched down below.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it for these guys. Like I could tell right away. I was looking at these guys, but for some reason, maybe it was further back in their release video. I did a screenshot, and so last night I was like, wait a second. He's look down there. He's got the cross hatching, which is like that, style of like shadowing for drawing. And what do you think about him? He looks rad.
Yeah, I like him. Even though it says Daredevil, like he's been a villain for a bunch of different Marvel characters. Yeah. I think probably the second most popular one is obviously Spider-Man, right? I remember watching tons of cartoons, and him and Spider-Man would duke it out quite a bit too. Obviously, the main guy he interacts with is Daredevil, but out in Hell's Kitchen. But like, yeah, he's fought Spider-Man and dealt with all that stuff too. So I really hope this is like I'll have to look at the previous con drop amounts. I know they tend to keep these a little bit higher just so everyone kind of has a chance, and people at the con and all that stuff. Like they're not going to make this like a 1,200 mint drop or something like that. They'll probably keep it around 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, something like that. Give everyone a chance to go after it. Probably 40, 50, 60 gems. No one really knows. It's always in that kind of a price range. But I really hope we get. I remember you brought up earlier, just like a very, very scarce comic. Imagine if we got the first Secret Wars, Black Suit Spider-Man, like that one, but it's like 1,000 mints again. Like just another.
I know.
If we just did another one, where it's not like a Grail tier comic, but it's still like a very popular, very iconic cover. Because that's one of the Secret Wars one where he's like a black suit in the middle.
Yeah, Secret Wars comics. Secret Wars 8 is when he actually gets the symbiote on him and does the whole. Yeah, that's when. Then
imagine we get that one, but 1,000 mints.
Yeah, 252 is when he comes back. There's also another Daredevil team up one that's actually right there with 252. And actually the print date on it is I think earlier in the month. But 252 is the Spider-Man, series one. So that's why everyone likes that one the most. But it's actually I believe he showed up back from Secret Wars with the suit earlier in a Marvel team up with Daredevil. So
oh, that's cool.
Number 41, I believe. So I own that comic as well. But yeah, I don't own Secret Wars 8. I've owned it. I've owned it a few times in the past, and I've sold it and stuff. I don't currently have a Secret Wars 8. That's where he's like he said, he's kind of I think we'll get that comic on VV. I mean, I really do.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna. They'd be really cool if they gave it to us like that again, 1,000 mint on that.
Yeah, 1,000 mints. It kind of keeps the theme of it's Spider-Man black suit esque, right? 1,000 mints. You kind of keep that theme going along. Maybe just two back. They can't do it forever, right? There's only so many black suit Spider-Man kind of first or really iconic covers. But I just kind of wish once a year they just give us a 1,000 mint comic, super scarce, iconic cover. It's not a super Grail tier comic, right? But it's popular enough that it's identified quickly by comic enthusiasts.
100%. So this game right here, this is what we want. Symbiote Spider-Man from the game they're releasing literally this month. I mean, have you guys seen this game? It is it's so good. Look at this. Look, this is why I'm hoping for Venom that they release because he's in there, Craven's in there, Miles Morales, of course. But look at the symbiote suit and the animations they do in the gameplay. I mean, look at this right here. If you guys can see that, look at him. He's
that is crazy.
Venoming in the game, but he's not Venom. I mean, look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, that is.
He's really using the power of the Venom symbiote. Before, they didn't really do that in the comics that much. He just wore the suit. Really, he didn't project how Venom does in Carnage. So, I mean that's my dream vibes. For this weekend is Venom. like this as an animated, or I want I also guess and a black suit Spider-Man. I mean, and so I challenged, not challenged, but I asked David Yu that, because I don't get a chance to talk to David Yu very often, right? But in that Pop 101 video where we were doing the comic rewards and stuff, and I had I gave my little input about the 252 comic. Actually, they asked me, like, because I love that comic. I don't own it in Vivi because it's always been too expensive for me, and I didn't get it on the drop. But they asked me, like, so I did a little talk about that. I talked about how cool the exclusives were, where he's in the web, like how that's such a cool cover, and it's like a dream for me. Kind of, I'm trying to get to the common, because I'm doing all this Amazing Spider-Mans in Vivi if I can, like, at 3 digits. And that one is like a built-in 3 digits. So you just have to get any one of them. So I'm also looking at the common as the uncommon, but we were talking about the exclusives. But I said to David Yu, because he was right there up there in the video, I'm like, David, we need a black suit Spider-Man. We need more black suit comics, because I mean, look at that, right? Like he's just venomizing all over. I mean, it's look at that right there. Look at that. He's being engulfed. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I can't help it.
We need some more. We need more Spider-Man stuff. There's still a lot, like you said. We could get us black suit Spider-Man. We still got a lot of villains to go too for Spider-Man. It's like, all right, we can still get Rhino and Shocker and Scorpion, like all these other like physical ones that it's like he's a lot of his villains are very iconic. So it's like we still have a long way to go to get like the rest of his villains. And now you can make the Sinister Six, right? So what are they called?
Yeah, they'll have. I mean, we'll get Green Goblin, obviously as a full. We'll get Rhino, and we'll get like Kraven, and we got Mysterio, we got Doc Ock. I mean, all these villains are so iconic. Look, Robert Freeman just said that Chico and Rocco is doing Fidgetals. That is cool, because I've been doing Chico and Rocco drops every day for the longest time, just for fun. It's coming up on 200. First saw them on your podcast. Thanks. Yeah, like so. You're coming up on 200 that you've collected. Yeah. So I do them every day. I don't really cover them too much here. I just kind of do the drops every day, but they're getting more advanced. They're a lot of fun. They have secret drops that happen. So if you follow their X page, sometimes they say, oh, there's a secret drop going on this morning. And so I haven't bought any of their gold or anything like that, but you can buy their gold, and you can, so I'm just watching them in the background. It's another kind of a cool one. So yeah, that's cool. We'll look more into that, Robert, as time goes on. Hinano doesn't need anything. That's the perfect time to get him something.
D on the other end, yeah.
D on the other hand.
I'm trying to remember what she said she wanted, but I don't know. Yeah, if she wants something, she can always hit me up.
Yeah, Todd said he won't be there, but there's a McFarlane panel on Friday night with a surprise guest. So Todd McFarlane maybe won't be there, but a McFarlane panel on Friday night. So we'll have to check that out too. Thanks so much, Jay Kill. That's awesome. TH Midtown is having some signings at their store, since they don't seem to have a booth this year. Oh, okay. So they're just down the road. They didn't bother to do a booth, which is kind of like, you think about it, it's almost like makes sense, because like they're right down the road. Apparently.
Yeah, they're down the street.
I mean, it's like they could have a booth there and then just be like, hey, we're right down the street.
Yeah, plus you want,
they're expensive, right? Like if you pay for
plus like you want people like in your store, right, to kind of just FOMO into buying a comic or whatever it is. Like they can only do so much at a booth. Probably costs a pretty penny to actually have a booth at Comic-Con, right? And it's like, why be at the con? And then also there, it's like just get people an incentive to go over there for the signings, and then once they stay around, they'll probably just buy a comic. So yeah, I definitely want to go there at some point, or maybe once or twice. And at least buy. I want to buy at least something there, even if it's a cheapo $2 comic, $5, doesn't matter. Just to say I bought something from there. So.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I was going to say, this is what I was going to say earlier, but when Metaverse Life came through Vancouver, like I don't live in Vancouver anymore, but he came through Vancouver months ago, and we had a meetup, and that video will come out because he's released a couple of his road trip videos so far. And that video will come out. So there's a great comic book store in Vancouver called Golden Age Collectibles. It's been there like 30 to 40 years. It's like legendary.
Since the Golden Age.
What's that?
I'm like almost since the Golden Age itself.
Almost since the Golden Age, yeah. And when I was a kid, I used to go in there because I grew up like in that city, right? So, but yeah, so we went there because where we met with Metaverse Life was down the street at a nice restaurant, and there was like a good VV meetup. It was super fun. And so, but I was like, hey, does anyone want to meet over at Golden Age Collectibles? And I know that like a couple of other people like that are pretty notable, like you know, we all met there, right? Like Chris, who does all those Go Collect articles, Chris Severs and stuff, and a bunch of others. We all met there, right? And so we were buying comics there, like, because, you know, so the thing is, like, I went there, I go there every time I head into the city. I usually pop in there. I was in there a week and a half ago. I was like visiting a friend, like for a night, and so I popped in there, and they had a Spider-Man 4 graded in there, like, you know, with the Sandman, you know, like Spider-Man, like Amazing Spider-Man 4, and it was like a 0.5 grade. It was like the lowest grade, but it was still nice, and it was about 600 Canadian. And I was looking at this thing going, oh, I could add Spider-Man 4 back. I've owned it in the past, but I don't own it now because, you know, but now's a good time to buy because all these comic prices have come down since the last 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So it's sitting in there, and I was talking to the owner, who I don't know that well. He's an older guy, and he's nice and everything, but you don't mention digital, you know. You know, he's not like violently against it or anything like that, right? But you know, he's running that business. And but you know what's really funny is that so, you know, I was talking to him about that comic, and we almost made a deal. And I was kind of like, I was going out that night. My point is, I was going out that night for dinner and stuff. And when I went with Chris and all them, when Metaverse was there, I bought a bunch of comics. Then we were out at a restaurant, and I was like, had this bag of comics I had to like look after all night, right? And there was nice ones in there. So I'll do it at the end, you know, like, as opposed to like before we're on our way to the Times Square party. I'm not going to go buy, you know, some comics, right? Because, you know what I mean? I'll do it like I have to. So I had the same thing happen. I didn't buy that Spider-Man 4. And so it was like about 600 or so. And, but yeah, it's still there. And, you know, but anyway, he's got all VV comics on display. This guy, like, you know, all the VV comics are on display. And I did a photo of the facsimiles, which I can actually show you right here. Watch this. Let me bring this up right here. So this is all the releases. Okay, this is from the store itself. You can see it. So I got all the stuff right on my.
Oh wow!
So I mean, this is just one part of the shop, right? But it's anyway. Look at all those. Do you recognize them? These are all facsimile releases. I mean, they're all
so pretty much literally all of them. That whole top row, and then, you know, a few of the bottom ones too, right? On DC Palm.
On DC,
you know, we got it.
Yeah, look over there. Iron Man 1. Avengers 1 over here, see it? And lo and behold, X-Men 1's coming. And look what else. There's Wonder Man over here, which is like Avengers, like I think 8. Conan right down here. So these might come, you know, where there's a Werewolf by Night over there. And then look over here. There's Action Comics. Look at that. Look at that. Fine.
Yeah, Action Comics is going to be a big one. If DC Palm does it, I really hope they keep it like under 3K mints, like similar to Superman 1. Just keep it super scarce, and just get those secondary, just get that secondary money for DC and Palm.
Look at this. Right, so I bought a bunch of that. This was not from that night. This was actually only from about 2 weeks ago. So when I predict X-Men 1, I mean, you know where I'm getting it from. I mean, these companies are like releasing facsimiles, then releasing the digital versions as well, which is pretty crazy, right? So you can see that that's what's going on, right? So look at Sir Dreadlife. Did you see the DC panel schedule? So DC's got a panel schedule. I haven't seen it yet. This is when we have to start doing our research now to see what we're going to go look at. So thanks for giving us the info. There will be an exclusive panel that cowl holders can attend. That's awesome. So I'll have to bring my little, I'll have my phone so I can log in. But do you have a cowl? You have a cowl, right?
Yeah, I bought 2 on when it kind of was like in the pre-announcement or whatever. One of them kind of looked like a Wolverine kind of helmet. I think I might still have an old picture, but the one I currently have is like purple and black with like a little headlamp thingy. So that's one I'm going to be holding on to for a while. So
yeah, I just got my one from the start, and it's been fun. I really like it. It's got the longer ears, kind of got the purple color, kind of like my Lakers. No yellow in there, but it's kind of got a little purple Laker vibe.
There was a lot of utility the first 6 months. There was like drops and exclusive this. It was a lot of fun, and it kind of not necessarily died off, but you could definitely tell it kind of slowed down. But at least it's something, right? Just to say you have it. So I really hope. Obviously, the VV equivalent to that is kind of like the gold and silver logos, right? Like you kind of get utility, but it's only in person, right? Nothing digitally on the platform. So I'm sure I would hope VV would do something. At some point. So
here's something here to look at. So here's my video here that I did just a day ago. Okay. And this is telling.
Oh yeah, the merch.
Yeah. So I did this video about the merch and how they have that kind of. It's only for people in the United States. So there's people who are pissed about that. I'm not so worried about it because I probably wouldn't have a lot of money to buy merch right now. But I think it's a cool idea they're doing. But here's the reason I'm bringing this up is that, with it's not like all my vids get massive views, but this one's only got like 300 views in like less than like over 24 hours. So, and I've noticed that my Batcal videos, I'm still going to keep making them because I really like DC and stuff, unless it's like a really big comic drop. That one I thought people would be more interested in, but people aren't as interested. Like, it's funny, right? Because when they announced that they have utility and they have merch connected and you can actually get exclusive stuff, like that's pretty damn cool, right? Even though I'm in Canada, I can't get it. And but people wonder, well, why aren't you super pissed? Well, I'm kind of used to it by now. Like, Vivi's done lots of promos with movie theaters that I can't get to. I can't get a dot swoosh account, like, stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of United States kind of like exclusivity to like what's going on in the digital space right now. And so I'm kind of like, I'm not going to get mad about it. Like, it's nothing I can do about it. So, but I do like that DC is doing that. I want to see Vivi do that too, and other projects with merch. So the Batcal does have more utility now than it did like 2 days ago. So that's a good thing, but I can't buy the hoodie. I could get somebody to buy it for me, like, if I really wanted to, right? But I got to save all my money for Comic-Con.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna do the Bruce Banner thing where it's like, they're like, you should be pissed. Like, well, that's the trick. I'm always pissed, but I just choose to be what things to be pissed about. At least show it. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Bill, we got to get MC to pick us up some addiction call. I'll see what I can do for some future giveaways, guys. We'll see. I think it's going to be tough. I think
it's very scarce, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just did it one per person. And if there happens to be some left over, then they're like, all right, now people can double back. I have no idea how it's going to play out, but. If I can, I will, help some people out. Obviously, I have some closer friends I'm going to help out first. So, no offense to anyone else, but, I'll try my best. Like, no one knows what's going to happen. Like, there could be 100 comics and there's 700 people like in line to get it, right? Or whatever it is. Like, no one knows what's going to happen. So
that's probably what's going to be the case because like, this is the first, whenever it's the first kind of thing, like, and it's cool. Like, I don't know. This is the fun part. I didn't know this story. It's not like it's brand new. Like, this is a character and stuff that they've been doing for a bit, from at least what I heard from I'm still learning about it. Okay. So, I mean, it's tough to know everything going on in the comic book world, especially with independent artists, but it looks cool. I like the idea of the story about how she's like fighting drugs and crime and all that kind of stuff, like as a regular person and everything. She's really good at it. The crime lords are pissed. This is the general synopsis, you guys, that I heard. So they like grab her and they like want to make her look like a drug addict and totally discredit her. So they pump her full of all sorts of everything you could imagine and leave her for dead. And she dies, but then she reawakens because there's like some sort of chemical reaction. Now she's got the power to like inject anyone with any drug ever. And she's like that super powered. If only that were true. Hey, Vibes. If only we could just get bitten by a radioactive spider.
If only I had bone claws and then I got tortured for a month on end and then got adamantium injected into my body. That sounds like a lot of fun.
This is as close as you'll get. This is as close as you'll get.
As close as I'll get is a shopping cart wrapped in caution tape, freaking people out at a Comic-Con. That's the closest I'll get.
Your predictions. VV predictions and price predictions. I mean, you could like, looking back, you could have set your whole channel up. You'd have been like Professor VV, and you could have been like Professor V, and you could have like done this whole look. You could have been sitting in a yellow chair, and then you do price predictions. That's a good idea for we'll talk on the DMs. We'll talk on the DMs.
Yeah, appreciate the idea.
Lucky 13, thank you so much for that super chat. Thanks for being a great digital collecting ambassador. Well, you guys are the best. I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're all just having fun with this, trying to figure it out. And when this stuff comes along, it's pretty damn cool for sure. Like, oh, look, it's Dino. I got to send him a link right now. Are you cool to hang out for a bit longer, Vibes? Sorry.
I'm actually going to head out here in a little bit, actually. Can
you stick around for a few minutes so we can get the, I'll hang out. You really got to go, of course.
Yeah, if Dino's jumping on, I'll hang out for a few. I am going to do a live stream later today.
I won't keep you too much longer. I gotta go soon too. I just sent Dino, I just sent you a link. Yeah, if we get Rob stuff in here, then we got the whole crew together. So There we go. And Dino just did a Vivi video too. So X-Men
Really?
1.
It's
Yeah.
been a minute.
Getting back
Now that X-Men's here, yeah, now he's getting back into it. Yeah, because my stream later, I'm gonna do a lot of people didn't know this. I'm kind of surprised, but there's a X-Men cartoon that came out in '89. It was like it aired one episode, it was a pilot episode, so we're gonna do like a watch party. I'll probably get copyright struck, but I don't care.
Yeah.
And yeah,
they're doing nuts things on YouTube. Man.
Yeah. I think I've done it before. And typically what they do is just like they just take the ad revenue from the video and they just like mute the video. But like during the live stream, right? It's live. And so yeah, it's like 20 minutes. It's on YouTube, so anyone can look it up. It's like 22 minutes long. It was just a pilot episode and they just stopped. So maybe we'll watch that together. So
yeah, that's cool. Actually, YouTube's been kind of scary lately with some of the things they've been doing, and some notices I get with, it's really weird, man. There's like, I don't want to get into it. It's just weird. There's people with massive channels who have been like flagged for almost like bot sort of like accusing, where they're trying to promote their own, click their own ads and stuff. And so what happens is they're like their revenue and their views get docked like in half or whatever, like and they're just like this big channels that are like, I don't know what's going on, like I'm just making videos, and
I've heard about that.
Just sunk in half, and like literally, and they're almost having to start a new channel. It's some sort of, they call it like a bug, and it's really not good for creators like me. For me, I'm small, like it's not like it's effective, but there's people who have like 100,000 subs and like they have a really good business and channel out of it, and they're like suddenly they're not showing up in the algo, and their ads are getting like not placed, and there's no reason for it. And there's no way to contact anyone. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But look at Tom saying 1/10 the price of Superman for Hulk makes no sense. I always thought that that Hulk should be higher as an FA, and it's Hulk. Like, is it? What do you think? Is it just the sign of the times? Because he came out a while ago, and other stuff is like risen up pretty good. Like, why is Hulk not? Is it really because he doesn't look that good? I mean, I don't know. I think he still looks all right, but let's get Dino's opinion about it too.
Yeah, Dino.
What's up? I just had to say hi. I saw you on here. Vibes, it's good to see you streaming again.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go.
Dino!
Let's go.
I love seeing you.
Are you both going to New York?
Yep.
We'll be waiting to pick you up at the airport. Where are you?
Oh, I didn't know you were going. I didn't get the text. I'm a FOMO in now. I'm a fly.
Yeah. You and Hinano just catch the flight.
Bro, we should have got a group room again, man. Maybe I would have went.
It's tough in
It's
New
so
York,
expensive,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what we did at DCOM was amazing, because that was like a house, and we were all kind of able to split the costs and get our own room, and it was like the location, and we could walk to. I mean, that was super, like, because you're the one who helped set that up. That was cool. But I don't know, like New York, all I saw were hotels and $600 a night Manhattan penthouses, and I'm just like, so the accommodations are tough, right? For sure, right? I know there's a lot of people looking for accommodations, but yeah, man, you won't be there. You won't be able to see you there.
No. I won't be in New York. I'll be home with the kids. My wife's visiting some family that week too, but I'll probably. It's really easy for me to do, like, well, not really easy, but it's a lot easier for me to do San Diego and decon if like friends are going. You know what I mean? So like if more friends are going next year, I liked going down to San Diego. I went down really quick, it was fun, man. But I just wanted to come on and say what's up. I know, bro. I'm hyped. Yeah. I made a video. I made my first VV video in probably a few months.
I love it. I watched it last night after the live stream too, man. Do you want to tell people about it, or you guys should just go watch it?
I just speculated. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just speculated, right? I made a lot of assumptions, right? We don't have edition size. We don't have price.
Yeah.
I'm not super active in the VV market anymore to like, you got to gauge sentiment with these things. It's crazy that sentiment is actually just as important as, like, I think price and edition. Like, so I mean, I think I mean, I just to nutshell it. I mean, I don't know, put it all in a shell. Like, I said 10K editions, 20 gems, and I think the commons are going to come in around 50 to 80. That's my guess. Based off what I've seen, I think the market's softer, like, because I've seen some of the Grail comics, like the market feels a little softer on them, and this is going to fall into a Grail comic, right? So that's just my guess right now. without knowing sentiment, with being a little, you know, green out of the market. That's my straight guess on the commons.
Yeah, if you look at the floor price on commons, like this is vault value. And thanks, by the way, Vibes, for letting me know about what's the other one there, the NFT tracker. So I'm just
my NFT tracker.
Yeah, I'm just starting to learn that that system there and navigate it before I bring it on screen. But I use this little app for basic stuff too. But it doesn't have that's pretty cool. It's got the daily kind of rising and lowering stuff. But yeah, like so just to go on Dino's point right here, Tales of Suspense, like these are the grails at 20 gems. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but 34 used to be 44. So this they're thin floors though, right? Incredible Hulk 134, Journey into Mysteries at 32, and then Giant Size X-Men is actually under 30 just now. That was surprising because this one's the scarcest of all. And then Avengers,
so 50 might be too beefy, huh? Based off
it might be. It might be for X-Men 1.
Yeah.
It might come in if I look at like 2 weeks ago. I would have agreed with you, like 45.
See, there you go.
That range, but like look at these. These are the 4, right? I mean, Amazing Fantasies is its own category, right? But
yeah.
She's still holding strong, 275.
See, and that's a great point. I'm a little green on all the prices. I haven't been super active in the market, so maybe I would probably revise then to like a range of maybe like 40 to 70. I think it will come in stronger, like Hulk did, right? Hulk kind of came in strong and then has bled out. I know that because I tried to make a Hulk play. So I think it's probably going to come in 50s maybe then, or 60s.
Yeah, like you got Tails, Incredible. These are the top 4. Tails, Hulk, Mystery, X-Men. Avengers 1, by the way, this is a good sign because this is a good Avengers 1 is under 20, under retail, just barely. There's like 5 or 6 listings there, then it's 20. But this comic is a grail. Like this is interesting. People like it's not an FA, but this comic is massive, right? And so, but there's 123 left. And when it came out, it was at this price, and there was 400, and it's been eaten like over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I like that. I'll probably come in. I'm gonna look at the article too, just like you, and check it out. But I think it's gonna be up here with these dudes, and it should be wherever.
MC, where do you rank? Where do you rank it? I know Vibes is gonna put it number 1 because he's an X-Men guy. He's like, oh no, everything else is 0 X-Men.
Easily.
They suck. Everything else sucks. I know.
Like, it's flipping AF15.
Yeah. Well, if they do, we were talking earlier, do you know about if they do another 252 1000 mint run on something?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wouldn't it be fun? Like, I wouldn't care. Like, wouldn't it be fun if they did that on X-Men 1 this weekend?
That would be crazy, bro. I mean, they haven't done that with a Grail, right? They've only done it with like trash books. Like, well, not trash. I'm not saying 252. It's just not like a, it's not a bronze, silver age Grail. Oh man, that would be. Look
at this, 660 on that common up there. Still, everyone was talking about this common crashing, and nobody like it over time. And they had good reasons to say it because it's not super valuable. But this comic is just like the number 1 on the app. It's never not been. It never won't be. And until they come out.
I've never owned that one.
Yeah, I don't own it either. It's one I want to get. It's always super high.
Yeah, same. And weirdly enough, like I do agree. I do think the common X-Men number 1 will probably come in between. It'll be pretty strong between, I think, like 45 and 65, because that's kind of where like Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man all kind of like topped out at, like during the drop was like around like 55. It might have touched 60 for like half a day, then it like just pulled back down. And like you said, it's just kind of slowly bleeding out because people are buying new drops and there's like, okay, I have 3 Hulks. I might as well just sell 1 because I need enough gems for whatever drop or whatever's going to happen. So I think so too. Like I'm not, as much as I love X-Men, like it's, I know it's going to blade out. It's not going to run up to 120 gems. I will say the secret rare though, I think that will go for like 1500 to potentially like 2K. Because if Giant Size right now is going for 1K,
the problem with Giant Size though is the edition size is different, right? Isn't it?
For 7500.
Less. If you click here into it and then you go to the cover variants, you can see all of them together. And you can see 900 on that. There's only 188 of them. And then, of course, you take away the ones they hold back. So
X-Men 1's bigger than this, though, right? X-Men 1, Giant Size.
Much bigger. This is a really great book because it's all the X-Men we love, all of their FAs, right? Like, it's amazing, right? This not Wolverine because he's in Hulk 181, but it's all like the new teams. So I mean, and they scarced it. So that was interesting. They scarced this one, but look at Avengers 8 up here. Old school, right? Like first ever super limited run at 48. Like still just maintaining and like just you know, amongst the rest. So yeah, it's really fascinating. I like that. So I'll be doing kind of a, you know, once they release the article too. But yeah, I want that again, you guys. I want something scarce. I want another Miles Morales like level. I want something like, even if I don't get it, I like seeing that stuff in the app. I like seeing the unattainables at the highest level. It's like, and then of course it's super exciting on a drop. I mean, like whether you have to pound the buy now like we used to, or just hit the wait list or whatever. If you land, like you got, well, you know, Dino, you got the biggest of the biggest.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Both of you guys, okay. Partner statue up here on drop.
Let's go.
AF15 secret rare down here on drop. Me, I got Shiri.
Let's go. And we flipped them both. Let's go.
It's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling for sure. I was high as a kite that day, man. I was like
literally.
Yeah, probably, man. I should have been. That was crazy. I tell that to people that don't do NFTs still, that story. I go, listen, like when you think I'm crazy, do you want me to show you like my tax return? Like, do you want me to show you when I bought this thing for $20 and I sold it for 10, like K? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some people still think we're crazy and it's all good, you know, like no worries.
No, it's true, man. It's funny, but I love how you've stuck with your just who you are, man, and we know we love you. Gus, is Vivi giving away silver and gold logos at the events? I would have to say no. Like I'm not Vivi, I don't know, but I don't think so, guys. I wouldn't get your hopes up if you're there. You never know. I mean, I don't know, but like I mean, you know, I would say probably no. I don't think they have any, and I haven't heard that, and I think people who have them, there's going to be stuff at that Thursday party, like obviously with on English and all that. So I don't know about that either, but I'm just going to go ahead and say like probably no. You know, they didn't really give any out at Decon, like barely. They had a couple for rewards, like as a giveaway, like for randoms, like they did like, oh, who has this mint number of whatever, and they gave a couple, but you know, I think they have
an extra one for me.
I think those days are done.
They told me they have an extra one for me, but I can't get a flight.
So I don't want to hear that.
I'll hit the next event. Dan shot me a text and he's like, "Hey, Dino, I got an extra one for you. You know, I've been enjoying your FUD.
Extra one."
I heard someone stole yours and sold it on the market. I got another one for you. I'll just introduce myself as Dino, and they have to give me one.
Yeah, someone stole mine and sold it on the market 3 times. I'm not sure what happened. That wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't know about the logos either. You know, I have no clue how they would give it out if they were to give it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll show you that.
There's TH. Looking forward to my Peach Momoko reservation on Sunday, so that's cool. So I've never met her before either. And Gus had a good question about the Pudgy Penguins. I don't know anything about that situation. Something about him being a rug pull or something. I really have no clue. You know, with the whole Walmart thing, and so I don't know anything about that, but we'll look into that. No one's talking about Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, stack FA early. That's an interesting point because of the Dazzler thing with you know, how many Dazzler comics do you own, Vibes?
So I own 2. So I actually got the ultra rare I got an ultra rare on drop. You might have to.
Yeah, I don't think we. Oh, you got the card. There you go. Yeah,
there
that's
is.
better. That's better.
Let's go.
Can you get
That's
that?
awesome.
Can that be graded by like PSA?
Yeah.
Are you gonna send it in? That would be really cool.
Yeah, I am gonna send it in. I need to get it. I need to get it signed. So what I've heard is, I'm not an expert on this. What I've heard is Beckett could grade them, but if I get it signed, I can get the signature graded, I guess.
Yeah, top. Yeah.
So I need to get it signed by Mr. Yu himself and get it graded. Then
send it to me and then transfer me the logo.
No, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Just send me the Addy, bro. I was literally gonna say I should send it to you and get it signed.
Yeah, no, well, and then you know, we'll see if there's any left over for you, and you might, I might be changing my handles shortly after.
My transfer's
just
on
disappear
on
off
account,
the grid.
It just blocked. It got blocked all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, can you turn my transfer on? I need to send something to MC.
Yeah.
Yeah, just he's like Alex has got the whole grid there with the buttons of
transfer
on, off, on, off. Oh my God, right? Yeah, Slider, they need to let Canada in or they might try to invade us again. Yeah, this is for I think the Bat Cow merch and all that kind of stuff, for sure. Actually, hey, Dino, let me ask you because so last night when I was with Vibes and then you came on to the live stream there and then you booted out of there, you rugged yourself after that whole Star Wars conversation, which we won't get into.
I can't handle Star Wars fudding, bro. It hurts my soul.
Unless you're fighting Obi-Wan, then it's fine.
But do you think
and this weekend, that's fine.
We can talk about cryptos for a second too, because it's so we mentioned it last night because we got Marvel, like VV's at the Marvel booth. I mean, cryptoids, I mean, I don't know, but they got to be getting Marvel.
I think so.
I mean, they got Star Wars, they got Disney, right? Like,
I don't know anything, right? They don't tell me anything. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, they don't do like, we're getting Marvel in 3 months. No, I don't know. I just think I don't know. It just makes sense to me. Like, you got Star Wars, then you got Disney. It just seems like you have a deal with them, like a partnership. Yeah. I feel like Marvel's next. I feel like, they have the Mighty line on VV. They would look, I don't know. I think it's next. That's just a pure assumption. Like,
well, they do have that what is it, like a marathon stream coming up this week or something?
Yeah, on the 11th. Yeah, I'll be on there.
On the 11th, on Tuesday, right? Like, so do you know if they're going to have any kind of presence at Comic-Con?
I know that the team is going to be there, I think, like hanging out.
If they do, I want to go over there and say hi.
And, send Will a DM. I think they're going to go there and hang out. I don't know if they have a booth or not. Like, I don't know all the details. I could ask them and be like, hey, but I think they're going to be like hanging out and like roaming around, just like running around like people. So you should definitely hang. I bet you they'd be down to hang out, bro. You should hit them up.
Oh, it'd be cool, right? Like if they had some sort of, have you guys ever displayed at a Comic-Con or anything like that before? I've had tables and booths to sell my toys when I was in my business, and it's not cheap. And I can understand why that one comic shop that people are talking about wouldn't have a booth, and because their store's down the road, because it's a lot of resources, time, set up. I mean, it's days and days, like before and after. It's nuts. So yeah, we'll see what happens, right? Look, if Top Pops is at New York City Comic, you should get thoughts on digital collecting. He's the Funko's #1 creator. He has 2.3 million followers, and Funko partners with him often. Yeah, Top Pops, that's cool. I'm aware of that guy. I believe it's a guy, right? Just one guy. I'm pretty sure I'm aware of that channel.
I think so. Yeah, it sounds familiar.
That's pretty big. So, he's the content creator that features Funko. Yeah, that's a good tip. Maybe I should check his channel out and just see what his plans are. This is my weekend of research leading up. And you guys are helping in the chat. I really appreciate TH. You've been really helpful, and everybody else is giving us little tips about stuff like that. Look, Jimbo saying hi. Dino.
Jimbo, you're amazing. I sent you a message. I still have your VV logo, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we all got it. There's mine, and there's Vibes behind his. And it's so awesome. Slider's never landed a secret round TV either. So.
Oh my God, same.
You landed a secret rare on Oh, dude! I'm so happy for you when you got that AF. That's
you were, bro. You were a gem, bro. I think I called you and I called a couple people. I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't even. That was back when we were streaming all the time, though. I was, at least. I know you're still going like super consistent. I was streaming all the time back then.
Yeah. Well,
you were all like daily, almost pretty much, Dino. Like you're doing like daily streams and just like hanging out in the mornings and stuff, which I always liked. But I do have to run. I'm gonna be, I'll catch up with you guys. I'll be streaming today and tomorrow, but I'll be doing a lot of research too. Just a lot of stuff. There's just so much going on. And one of the videos I will watch, and we probably should all watch at some point. I remember watching a video a while ago talked about going to a con and kind of having like proper etiquette when you go to booths and stuff like that. About when you're talking to someone, like, don't waste, like, people's at a booth and trying to sell comics, right? Trying to sell something, like, don't take up all their time. Don't try and block the way. Like, if you're, thumbing through comics, kind of like step aside, let other people talk to the people at the booth and stuff like that, where it's like, especially if you're not going to buy anything, don't stay there for an hour just talking to him, unless there's nothing going on maybe. But there was a video I watched like 6 months ago and I'm like, I should probably watch that again just to be, cordial of their booths, because they're there to, it's business for them. Like, they like to hang out and talk, right? But it's a business too. Like, they're paying money to be there, so you kind of want to be cognizant of that. But cool.
No, that's true. I think the general gist of it is, Just don't be a DIC.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure it's not that. Yeah, I'm
Don't
sure it's
be
not that big of a deal.
no.
Yeah.
No, it's true, man. No, I'm gonna end it here too, guys, because I actually have stuff to do, and we'll just stick around for a sec after, so I can chat with you guys just for a quick sec. But
Sure.
but guys, look, it's a superstar monies. I know we're just missing Rob's stuff up here. We'll get him. He's actually streaming again too, guys. If you haven't noticed, Rob's stuff has put up some cool vids about investing and all sorts of other cool stuff. And he's doing some lives again. So I was popping over. It was great to see him. So maybe we'll get him back on the channel again one day.
Yeah.
We can talk about all the stuff that he's doing, but it's so cool. He took a big break for all sorts of reasons he was saying. So, but you know, we love Rob, right? And to see him in person would be great. But I'm gonna end it here as well. So thanks everybody for coming out, and thanks Vibes for joining me, and Dino. We know we love you. We'll talk again very soon. But anything you guys want to say to the fam?
Egg gang strong. I don't know.
Professor X, let's go.
X gang. X gang.
Come on, MC, shave it off.
I don't have to shave almost. Yeah. That's why you think I wear a hat all the time. I'm not just a fan. No, anyway, we'll see you guys in the next video. I'll have some more stuff coming up too, guys. So take care. Cheers.